Hello, everybody, and welcome to Table Hops and our Critical Role Call of the Netherdeep campaign. Sorry we weren't able to stream last night, I had a conflict, but we're back and ready to continue exploring Bazzoxan. Boom. It's like I'm a local. All right,
You did it.
I did it. I'm so excited. So in our last adventure, the heroes had just arrived in the city, where they were immediately thrown into a melee with some demons that had emerged from the Betrayer's Rise, this horrific hell-like structure that overlooks the city. And then they took a nap, because that was a lot. Now, before we get into the adventures, in case you haven't seen us before, or you're just joining us, or you forgot since last time, let's introduce the characters. I'm going to start with Delane and then move from my left onward. So, Delane, would you just give a quick little intro for your character, and I'll put the artwork on the screen?
Sure. I'm Delane. I'm a storm sorcerer, a water genasi. I used to be a free swimmer, and now I'm just kind of hanging out with these guys because we've got an ancient relic.
Looking for answers from the water to this dust-barren wasteland.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, that is Delane, and thank you, Elma Haddonfield, for all our original artwork. It is awesome. I got the full body ones today, guys. Here comes Thorn with the new updated artwork.
Yeah.
Body.
Full body.
She's so good.
So I'm playing Thorn. She is a wild magic barbarian. Decided to take a trip from the Feywild with her best friend, Bodhi.
Who we will meet momentarily. All right. The person of interest for Thorn and Bodhi to travel from the Feywild is this individual, known as Bogmar.
Yeah, so Bogmar is a bugbear, like hibachi chef, I guess. That his exploits were renowned across into even the Fey realm. So that's exciting. But he is now gotten sucked into this adventure. Shared fever dreams will do that, I suppose. And we'll see how that goes.
All right. Unfortunately, unable to join us is Seth, who is a half-elf chronomergy wizard. I always say chronomancer, that's the addition I remember. But, unfortunately, not being able to participate in this adventure today, they will be floating in the background. But full-bodied floating, because I updated the artwork.
Body.
Look at that. And last but not least, we have Thorn's BFF, Bodhi. Robbie, if you'd like to.
Sorry,
yeah,
guys.
it's a me. It's a Bodhi.
It's me, a Bodhi, a bunny. I'm playing Bodhi, a little bunny boy from the Feywild, who traveled to get some hibachi with his best friend and still has not had said hibachi, unfortunately. But he's here for friends. He's here for the fight. So
I think there was a hibachi adjacent where there was almost like a Mongolian barbecue kind of deal.
we haven't gotten to the show though yet.
We had road hibachi.
Right.
But we did
The
get
trip
the
will
onion
not be
volcano.
worth it until I get the onion volcano.
Camping hibachi.
Yeah.
Road hibachi is a good party name, by the way, but move on.
Oh, that is good.
From all the full body artwork, the only one wearing shoes is Seth. We all have.
Oh, yeah.
I
Interesting.
don't know. I didn't actually look at Delane.
I'm
Delane
barefoot.
is shoeless.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was in the picture.
that's really funny.
I'm underwater, so.
Yeah. Well, Seth is half drow. Maybe it's just the lower half. Let's move on. So, the
She's just got like spider
Yeah.
legs instead of like it's just like ballerina on.
Oh my god,
all
like
the
not a drider, but just the two spider legs. Oh, I hate that. All right, let's move
Oh,
on.
no.
Yeah, I hate
I
that.
love it.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Now,
Yeah.
speaking of party members, this campaign's a little different, where not only is there a party of adventurers, there's another party of NPCs, who I'll just briefly introduce to everyone. We have the quote-unquote leader of this group from Jigao, who is Io, also a water genasi, and it took her group to Bazzoxan and was a little sort of taken aback by how real things got once they were actually in the thick of it. So having second thoughts about accompanying the group on this adventure. Always a font of inspiration is Dermot. Dermot the Gob, the little cleric, timid but brave, which sounds like a contradiction. Always helping is Maggie, who a lot of people underestimate her intelligence because she is a 12-foot ogre. A sort of mysterious individual, Irvin, sort of a human rogue, with sort of a strange disposition towards Bogmar. They're sort of like figuring things out, I think. So more on that later.
We got drunk together a couple of times.
Yeah, and that helped.
We're kind of cooler.
You get much cooler. And Galceria, this sort of ethereal spellcasting drow, who is the newest member to Io's group. So a whole plethora of individuals. Now, I was thinking, and this is sort of a surprise for the players, I was thinking, wouldn't it be neat if you continue to have a good relationship with these people, that each of you can control one of them, sort of taking some of the weight off my shoulders? I'll take that head shake as a yes, because...
We could do that.
And
Now, I will assign each one to each of you. I'm going to do that right now. And if any, like, you don't really get to control how they react to things in terms of story, but in terms of combat, that's the main help I need.
right.
So I'm going to say Io has resonated the most with Delane. So Delane, you're going to be getting a access to this character. Now, if you alt-double-click on Io now, you should be able to access their character sheet. Can you tell me if that's true or not?
It is.
Cool. So as you can see, mainly a ranged or melee fighter, pretty quick, has a few spells. They're sort of niche spells, but check out that bonus action of reposition. That one's pretty bonkers. So just keep that in mind. Dermot, I think we know Dermot is going to be buddies with Bogmar. Is that cool?
Gels. I love that little bean.
He
but
is.
he's also a paladin, and I have a little experience with paladins.
That's
right?
true.
I have a little experience with
I have a little
paladins.
experience,
3
you
years
know?
experience. Thank you.
Yeah, he's your little paladin. All right, let's...
Fuck off.
all right, I missed y'all too. All right, so let's go with there, and now you should be
I
able to...
just got it. Little cow, get
Yeah,
it.
you should be able to alt... Sorry. You should be able to alt-double-click and open up their character sheet.
Oh, man.
I love him.
All right, able to access it?
Yes.
Cool. So Warhammer Searing Wrath is sort of its NPC sort of ability, but it's pretty cool because it blinds the target. And then you see you have a few spells that I put in there as well.
Cool.
Cool. These guys have also leveled up, as some of you may have noticed. Maggie, the largest member of the party, seemed to resonate the most with Thorn, the smallest member of the other party. So I'm going to give you access. By the way, you should, when you open up the people, you might see like a picture of them, but you shouldn't see any like text or anything like in terms of their background. Is that true? I put those in the GM notes section. So
I shouldn't see his whole entire backstory?
no.
I'm just kidding. I don't see any of that.
All right, make this Thorn and save. As you get to know them more, I'm going to be adding some of their backstory into the place where you can see them.
Oh, neat.
All right, if you alt double click on Maggie there, Thorn, you should be able to access Maggie.
Yep.
Now, actions are pretty basic. You got a big ass maul and you can throw a hammer. However, tactical readiness is a monstrous ability. It gives everyone within 30 feet of her initiative advantage.
What?
That is monstrous.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, push as well.
That's nuts.
It's nuts. And then you also have a bonus action of rally, which you can use once a day to give people temporary hit points. Oh, thank you, La Prima Nerda, for subscribing. Really appreciate your support. Thank you so much. We're just talking about how we're assigning NPCs to PCs, so I have to do as little as possible. Moving on.
Thought you said
My God.
Well, now we have a little dilemma because we have Irvin, and Irvin's kind of an outsider in a lot of ways. I would say that Galsariad and Seth kind of hit it off a little bit, but I don't know if Bodhi and Irvin. I mean, I don't know. What do you think, Bodhi? You're here. Is there?
I don't think I've spoken a single word to this person.
Yeah,
but
most
you know
people
what?
haven't.
Yeah.
He's very.
That's fine.
You cool? You good? All right, I'm gonna
Yeah,
give him to you.
I can bring out the conversation in anybody.
That
We'll
works.
try. Yeah.
All right.
It's hard to say no to this
To a
face.
bun.
it's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
true. It's
Yeah.
very true.
The ears, the nose, the little paws. Like, come on, man.
You're not wrong. All right, here we go. Let me make sure I have this set up. So now, Robbie, you should be able to alt double click on Irvin Wastewalker and access the character sheet.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
So 2 a day each of Bless at 2nd level,
Mm-hmm.
Cure Wounds at 3rd level.
Yeah. So so you can cast each of those twice at the indicated level, twice a day each.
Okay.
So that you don't worry about spell slots with these guys. They changed that.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Searing Wrath or whatever that Wrathful Spank or whatever it is, you can do all the time.
Wrathful Spank I can do all the time.
Irvin Wastewalker is very basic. He only has 2 dagger attacks, but he has poisonous daggers. They can be
see.
thrown. He does have
Yeah.
fortitude, so remember that one. Because if he drops, he can pop right back up.
I thought he was a caster. I didn't realize he was just
Yeah.
like a little.
Now, Galsariad is the supercaster, who I'm going to assign
Yeah.
to Seth. And again, this is primarily for combat, not for like role-playing purposes. But I just realized half the combats are me playing by myself. So, all right, there we go.
Do you want me to take Galsarian for today?
I don't know. We'll see. I was going to kind of put both of them in the back burner and see how it goes, kind of adjust accordingly. But I appreciate the
Works.
offer. All right, so now that we got all the nitty-gritty out of the way, let's head back to the town map of Bazzoxan, where your characters are located at the Ready Room, which is sort of a makeshift tavern inn where you've rested up. There's some places you can search if you're interested. Your biggest lead right now is Varen Thelis, the drow commander of the city, said he was going to offer you a reward for helping his soldiers. I don't think you ever collected that.
I have not.
Who said that?
No.
We did not.
Varen Thelis, the drow with the giant glaive.
Right. No, yeah, we did not do that.
All right, he should be. Actually, I think I put him in your little NPC folder. It's this guy over here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of hot.
Yeah.
He reminds me of like the Lancer class from like Final Fantasy Tactics. But Bearwald, good to see you. Heyo, thanks for redeeming a cheers. I'm currently drinking a very light brew of H2O, but I have a double IPA on the way. Don't you worry.
Have a Diet Coke.
Ooh. It's the choice of a new generation. So anyway, no, that's Pepsi. With that in mind, where would you...
So old.
I know. You're right.
I did not know what you were referencing.
Oh boy. I was on a podcast yesterday, and they're like, "Oh, people that, or like you that are born in the early '90s." I'm like, "Whoa, let's rewind that even further, there, sir." But anyway,
Chris, Bodhi and I both got something from the guy at the Wall of the Unforgotten, and I can't remember what it was.
Oh yeah,
I think I put it in my inventory.
You received a
the motive possibility.
motive possibility, right? So basically, when you fail a saving throw or an attack, but it's an after inspiration, so you can do it after the roll, so it's even more powerful. Speaking of inspiration, if you have a pint points that you'd like to spend to give the party advantage during the game, go ahead and do so, and I'll add it to the total. So with that in mind, what would you all like to do?
If it's the morning or whatever, we're up and at 'em. Yes, head over to the barracks.
Yeah, go meet up with Varen and his mighty large glaive.
Let's do it. All right, so you mosey on over to the barracks. Oh no, good to see you. Verold, we actually didn't stream last week, so you've only missed one. And if anyone else wants to catch up, you can also check them out on YouTube as well as on Spotify. Just look up Table Hops. These barracks are filled with the sounds of chatter, voices shouting orders and clanging metal. Armored or Aurora watch soldiers go about their business performing drills and sharpening their weapons. What would you like to do?
Hi, is Varen here?
Oh, he's back in the war room, just right behind me, the big room over there. As you sort of move through the barracks, you see that they have that's right. Don't forget to add that. Oh, you are right. I see it there, Bearwald. I appreciate you. I am adding it. Thank you, Malkara Dockwell, for the update. Oops, you don't have 10 inspiration. You got 1. All right.
We can have 10.
Nope.
What's that?
Can I just send my pint points to viewers?
If you can figure out how to do it, we won't count that as cheating. We'll count that as
I have
creative.
70,000, and I'm never going to get to use them.
No. Okay, so as you go through the barracks, you pass through a mess hall, and you see there's a lot of soldiers there. Food is doled out, mainly gruel and some vegetables, and they're talking about different things going around the city. And then you can see the entrance to the war room ahead. Would you like to try and listen to what they're saying, or do you want to move right on to the war room and see if you can find Varen?
I think we could mosey and eavesdrop, right?
Oh yes, I am definitely listening to everything.
You said they're eating?
They are eating, yes, that is correct.
Thorn's definitely going to steal some food. Or just sit down and start eating with them.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah. So, okay, you go ahead. Oh, Bearwell, thanks for the other inspiration. We're now at 2.
Oh, thank you.
Thorn goes over and just starts eating some grub. Some of the soldiers look around, and you see that they are like, what are these people doing? And then one of them whispers to another and points to your party, and they're like, oh. And so some of them start to crowd around and be like, you were the ones that helped us over by the entranceway. We lost Kiefer and Sutherland. It was a very tragic day. But we heard we would have lost more, wasn't it? I know. Would have had more. We would have lost more had it not been for your help. By the way, the other party is still staying in the ready room. They are not present.
Okay.
Can I, let's have a... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Delane. I interrupted you.
I was just saying we help where we can.
Can everyone roll a group insight check for me?
Nope.
So Bearwald gave inspiration for creative thinking on Bodhi's part for the fight points.
I already oh, hell yeah.
All right, that's...
I'm insightful.
Look at that. Okay. So as you're conversing with the soldiers, it becomes pretty easy to discuss the goings-on. They're more than anxious to get some of the stuff off their chest. One of them mentions that there's a member of something called the Cobalt Soul. There's a tiefling named Question. That's the tiefling's name. Went with this group up to the gates of the Betrayer's Rise. When the tiefling got there, they elected not to enter the place. The tiefling is staying at the ready room. Kind of a strange individual, always smiling at everybody.
Oh, that's the one that was making very direct eye contact with us last night.
Oh,
Okay. Did you say kobold or cobalt?
Cobalt. Cobalt.
Cobalt.
Yes, correct.
Blue cobalt,
Yes.
not kobold tiny.
Not tiny dragons, yes.
A member of the Kobold Soul would be great.
That
Yes.
would be good.
It would be.
Anyway, this person apparently is a researcher, but when they arrived at the Betrayer's Rise, which is that giant sort of Gothic cathedral of doom, they're like, nope, not going in there, and left the expedition. So the expedition's went on without them.
So is the cathedral unoccupied?
The cathedral it goes back to the Cataclysm, I believe, is like that far back, and it basically is like an unending portal to the abyss. Like demons pour out of it, and it's the Aurora's Watch, their job in this area to basically play tower defense against this demon portal. Calamity.
Oh, so
I'm sorry, you're right, Bearwald. I am not too versed in the Critical Role universe, so I'm learning.
All right. I knew what you meant.
Not really.
Cataclysm is Dragonlance. Anyway, moving on.
Okay.
Is that to the north of the city? Is that where those like stairs in the back lead?
Correct, yeah. If you look at the north of the city, you see some little barracks that are set up sort of as defense, and then there's a staircase that leads straight up.
Cool.
Yep.
Demon stairs. Got it.
Demon stairs.
All right.
Nice.
So did everything I say just a moment ago, was that pretty clear? We're good?
Yeah, there's
Yes.
a member of the Cobalt Soul here. They noped out of there real quick.
Mm-hmm. But the rest
But
went
they're
on
still
without
hanging
them.
What exactly?
Oh, I didn't get that part. Okay.
Oh, okay. So it's just the tiefling here who is still.
Correct. The tiefling that is located in the ready room, the creepy smiley one.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Who waved at
What?
me?
Yep.
All right. Yeah.
So here is, again, that really awesome artwork of Bazzoxan. And the Betrayer's Rise is that building in the background.
Yeah. That's so. Can I ask one of them? What exactly is the Cobalt Soul?
We're not sure exactly. Some sort of research group, something in the arcane. Don't ask too many questions. They pay the money. We usually escort them. And then... go ahead, sorry.
I'm from the Menagerie Coast.
Okay.
I had to get here. I would have had to walk through the Empire. Could
That's fair.
History
Yeah,
check?
absolutely. That's what I was going to
Would
say.
I know about this?
Roll a history check and let's see how much you gleamed. You're not from there. You passed through. Is that what you're saying?
No, yeah, but I mean the Menagerie Coast is the exact opposite side of the world. So
Okay.
I would have had to have walked.
That
through
works. All right, yeah. Let's see how you do on a history check. Sorry, I have
15.
to open that up. 15. Okay. So yeah, you basically get the gist of the Cobalt Soul it's like a library, and they're tasked with the preservation of knowledge. They kind of like chroniclers to make sure that this knowledge is accessible to the public. And that's what I, as Chris, understand the Cobalt Soul is. If I am not critical rolling hard enough, and I'm
That's
wrong.
about right.
Okay, cool. But yes, so they're definitely a collector of information. Now, the other person you hear about is there's an elf named Aloysia, and she apparently tried to bribe some of these soldiers into escorting her into the Betrayer's Rise. Some people believe that she wanted only to ransack the temple, but others think her concern is of a religious nature. Normally, to get the people to be escorted, you have to be part of an expedition, but this woman was apparently trying to do it solo.
Seems kind of stupid.
Yeah. They were turned down,
Or is this person still here?
as far as they know.
How long ago was this?
Probably right before you got to the city, maybe yesterday. Or 2 days ago now.
How would somebody go about scheduling a tour up there?
Oh, if your party's interested, you'll have to discuss that with Varen. He's usually in the war room at this time.
Is there a reason we want to go in there?
I'm
We don't
just
need to
curious.
go. I don't really want to go past the demon steps if we don't have to.
It's not something I'm saying we have to do. I'm just curious how it would be done if that was something to do.
Oh, okay.
So,
Like, how common is it for folks to just come up and take a tour of the most...
a tour not common. Adventuring parties sometimes go at their own risk. The strange thing about the Betrayer's Rise is that it shifts and changes every time you enter and leave it, so it's never quite the same for each individual group that goes through it, making it very hard to navigate.
It's a
Does anybody
roguelike.
ever come back?
It's a roguelite, yes, exactly.
Does anybody ever like successfully come back? They come back and they're
some
like
people
the rich
have
and...
left with some people have left with religious relics that date back to the calamity. Most don't return, and some that return have a haunted look in their eyes.
So, I'm sorry, the Betrayer's Rise is the temple?
Correct.
Okay, alright.
Yes.
Got it.
The other thing that is inkling you is having this powerful this item that dates back that far. Answers to its origin would probably be in a location that was also from that far ago. That would be a drive to explore it.
Okay.
Dangerous as shit, though. But that's all you glean from the soldiers that you're eating with. They say if you want to do some trading, the trading hall is right over there. Some of us like to sometimes don't tell the captain, but we put a few coins on the side, see who's the best at target practice, that sort of thing.
Really?
That's
I like
a
to fight.
poet.
Yeah, well, whenever you're ready, just meet us back there. So they gesture to another door. So your two options from the mess hall are leaving, or going to see Varen in the war room, or checking out the training area.
Should probably go talk to Varen.
Yeah.
All right.
Excuse me.
So as you head to the war room, you see it's a small, sparsely furnished office. You see various maps showing military strategy and possibly the names of some political figures. And you see Varen, and he's sort of hunched over it in an exhausted sort of thing, like when you're doing a research paper and you're like, I should have started this earlier. That kind of like just overburden on his shoulders. But as soon as he sees you, his demeanor completely changes, and he has this warmth to him. He says, "Oh, it's you. Oh, I'm glad you're still in the city. We could use more fighters like you. I have your reward." And he kind of like digs through the papers, and he pulls out a sack of coins and puts it in front of you. He says, "It's not much, I'm afraid. It's a 200 gold total, but it's all I could scrounge up on short notice."
Is appreciated, yes.
All right, so you can just divvy that up as you see fit. But he says, "Now, I must ask you, what is your intended business here?"
Information mostly.
Oh, absolutely. I haven't left the city in so long. All I know is what goes on here in the Betrayer's Rise and my men and the soldiers. Is there something specific?
Information about his name again.
Oh, Elixion, the
Yeah, Elixion.
I've never heard that name before. It doesn't ring any bells.
What about was it the Archheart? I can't remember. Moonweaver. Which god was it?
Oh yeah, there was a couple that was mentioned, and I'm sorry, I just don't want to lie to you.
Avandra, the Changebringer.
Yeah,
Avandra.
Moonweaver and Changebringer were the two big ones.
Yeah, Vandra is the Moonweaver, right?
Mm-hmm.
No. The Honey Moonbow is the Moonweaver. Avandra is the Changebringer.
Okay.
And
Where
then
did
there was a third god, but she didn't know who it was.
Right.
Where did we get these names from?
When
Vision?
yeah, when that very first vision. You weren't in that one.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so when we
had a vision
go ahead.
when we picked up. Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Go ahead.
You go ahead.
We had a vision when we picked up the vestige.
Okay.
All of us collectively had a vision of a is a human man?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Human male?
Yep.
A human who's from a long time ago or trapped in some place asking for help. He was talking to Evandra and the Moonweaver and perhaps another, or was asking for their help.
Because we got that information from Baltha. Right?
We had like 4 lore dumps in a row. I don't remember.
There was a lot of lore dumps,
which
yeah,
one
and that's why I just want to make sure. So the Elder Ushru was the one who originally told you to come to Bazzoxan to seek answers on the vestige. And while you were there, and again, this was a couple weeks ago, so I'm just making sure I get my names right, you talked to... Oops, here we are.
Yeah, because the vision...
Baltha in the infirmary.
Yeah. The initial vision was just Alexian, and he said they must find me, the ones from the grotto. And Urshru told us it was a vestige, the Jewel of Three Prayers, and then, yeah.
And yeah, you're correct. So what Baltha said to you is that the 3 prayers must mean the champion of 3 gods, and says it's an old legend, and the Calamity begged for aid from 3 different gods in time of need. Evandra the Changebringer was one of them, and I think Sahinen, I'm probably pronounced that wrong, the Moonweaver, was the other, and I don't remember the third.
Yep.
But yeah, when you're talking to Varen about this, he says, I mean, religion is not my strong suit. You should talk to Baltha. And then you can click on that NPC and they'll say the same thing.
Wait, Chris doesn't remember, or we don't? Nobody remembers.
No, Baltha, the person in the infirmary, did not remember.
Okay.
Chris is just like, I don't remember. Probably not important.
Yeah. Yeah. Barrald, you're right. Calamity. Probably go to that place. Might be answers. That's what it boils down to. Now, if you have any questions about the comings and goings of people and the soldiers, or the Betrayer's Rise itself, that's more of Varen's specialty.
I don't think so. No.
Okay. So, just so I'm clear, the only thing you've asked him is Alexian, if he recognizes that name, he does not, and if he knows anything about the gods, 3 gods, and he does not know that either. There's nothing else you've shown him or talked to him about.
No.
Well, I mean, if we're looking for info on this thing and on this guy, if there's a researcher in town, there might be clues there.
Okay. Well, you did hear about a couple of interesting individuals from the guards that you just ate with.
Right, yeah, the Cobalt Soul guy and the
Tiefling. Yeah.
Well, the other one, too.
The elf,
The
Aloysia.
elfin lady.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the one with the religion.
Yeah. The tiefling was the Cobalt Soul.
Yeah.
It could be that Varen would know more about those individuals, or maybe he knows about other people that may be able to give you answers if you're looking. Sir, this is a Wendy's. Yeah, you're right. If you would like to do that. Or you can move on to somewhere else. I will also mention that you did notice a dilapidated temple over on the west side of the city as well. Or you could just fucking go up to the Betrayer's Rise. No one's going to stop you.
The temple was where the guy that was at the Wall of the Unforgotten told us that it was like the only green space in town.
That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, what do y'all think?
You can also just wander around. I'll explore.
Yeah, the tiefling is a member of the Cobalt Soul. If they're associated with a library, maybe they would be able to help us research this vestige.
I want to go talk to the elf, too, and figure out why they wanted to get in there so bad.
Right.
Like, they were willing to go alone.
Do we know where she is?
Do not. The soldiers, when they were brought...
Is Varen?
Okay. So, when you mentioned to Varen the elf that tried to bribe his soldiers, he said, "Yeah, I had to reprimand her. She was an agent of some foreign organization, something called the Consortium of the Vermilion Dream, some sort of nonsense like that. She was caught trying to bribe some of my soldiers to take her on a private expedition to apparent ancient holy site within the Betrayer's Rise. But we don't allow individual people to try. We don't have the manpower, and it's far too dangerous for people to go alone. I don't know where she is now."
The Consortium of the Vermilion Dream.
Everybody really likes their colors around here.
Yeah,
There's
really.
a whole lot of names there.
Yeah. It's like, speaking of names, there's one other individual that might, if you're looking for research, there was another archaeologist. His name was Prolex. He was another tiefling. He's from the Allegiance of the All-Sight, something like that, from Ank'Harel, I believe. He arrived in Bazzoxan a few days. He's assisting some of our arcanists in researching ways to seal the rift inside, sort of preventing more of these demons. But I kind of feel he has his own motives. I saw him earlier looking around the crematorium. He mentions the large smoking building right outside over here.
What was his name again?
Prolix. Prolix.
Wait, he was lurking around the crematorium? Like,
That's
where you guys keep your dead bodies? Until you
Well,
burn it?
Or it's
we
like
have to remove the remains sometimes, including those. You've probably seen the demons. They turn to this sort of black Icarus mass.
Yes.
Oh, they do get gooey. They get real gooey when you kill
Oh my
them.
god, I want to
Yeah.
open up a gothic ice cream parlor called the Crematorium.
Yes.
It's amazing.
That's actually good.
And what was his organization?
Say that again?
Prolix. What?
He's a
was he?
tiefling, and he's from the Allegiance of the All-Sight.
Okay.
He is apparently was helping the Aurora Watch with their Arcanists, but Varen thinks he has other plans as well.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Where should we start?
Elf? Can we?
You don't know where
that's
she
the one
is.
I'm most. Oh,
That's the only one you don't know where she is, actually. Question is located in the Ready Room, and apparently Prolix is located at the Crematorium. The elf that was trying to bribe them, the guards don't know where she went. She left after she was refused. She could have gone to the Betrayer's
He left.
Rise, for all you know. She could
okay.
have gone alone.
I hope not.
Let's go talk to our tiefling friend.
And there's also the soldiers that are in the training room if you want to test your mettle.
I do. I really do.
Whatever you guys like, I'm down for it.
Yeah, I'd say the Cobalt Soul Tiefling.
Okay.
Sounds good.
That's a good plan.
Yeah.
So, as you go back towards the Ready Room, you see a couple of your friends from the other party. It looks like they have had a later start to their day. They are sort of having a meal. The table they're at is coincidentally large enough only for their party. But they wave to you and nod in greeting. You notice that a lot of them have this sort of less pep in their step, let's say. They look still a little shaken from what happened when the demons attacked. Io, I think, told you, Delane, that she's never really been out of Zhigao, so seeing this... It was a grand adventure until it was way too much. But then you notice there is a strange tiefling who's smiling at you, sitting at a table that's coincidentally large enough for your party, and waving.
Does he look to be smiling? What? 'Cause that's just like his face.
Seems to be a resting face.
Okay.
A resting delight
That's over.
face. All right, Thorn immediately flies over.
Yep.
So the tiefling doesn't lose their grin. They say, "Tell me you feel it too. My comrades don't, but I do. The history surrounding this place, the romance of heroes fighting against impossible odds, sacrificing everything for the sake of defending the world. All done for people who would never know them, never think of them, never be able to thank them, simply because it was the right thing to do. And ages later, we now see the Aurora Watch somehow doing the same, and they don't even know it." They seem to be, like, sort of monologuing to themselves, but smiling and trying to engage with you at the same time.
I'm Delane. It's nice to
Alright.
meet you.
That's
Yes.
a lot of thoughts in one sentence.
I've been holding him in, waiting for you to activate me as an NPC.
Quite
I
a way
throw it
to-
all out there.
Oh man,
Most
to
people just start with
romanticize a whole bunch
hello,
of
but-
demons killing people and then turning into goo.
What is your name?
Oh, my name's Question. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Your name's
That's a great name.
Question?
Yes,
Like the mark?
that is right. Sometimes I sign my name that way, actually. It's much more efficient. But yes, I
And confusing.
like to ask them and answer them. It's sort of my thing. You notice that, this tiefling has a sketchbook that is in front of them, but it's kind of messy.
All right.
Question. I hear. I have one for you. You work for the Cobalt Soul, right?
Oh yes, that's right. How did you know?
Oh, word
You're-
travels. You know.
You're not the only keeper of knowledge.
Well, I must admit, I'm pretty excited to be out here. I've been in Ankarel, in the archives for the past 5 years. I finally was able to come out. It's quite exciting. A little overwhelming sometimes.
But then you didn't go in.
As soon as you say that, they sort of... Roll an insight check, please.
I'm so good at those.
What do we get?
2.
Ooh.
So at that, when you mention that, she question glares at you, but doesn't answer the question. Kind of shuts down a little bit and stops smiling. They're flatline now.
Oh, now I feel bad. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Look at this. And you see a rough rubbing of a symbol, and I'd like you to, everyone except for Thorn and Bodhi, please roll a religion check.
Rough rubbing could be our.
Yes, that is now our party name.
Rough rubbing is pretty good.
Gonna guide myself.
Okay.
It's remarkably good for
Boom.
18.
All right.
above bed.
You recognize it as the holy symbol of Avandra, the Changebringer.
Ooh.
Question explains that I took this rubbing outside one of the wall carvings of the Betrayer's Rise on the outside.
That's pretty neat.
Organic Sam, good to see you.
Great name. Okay,
Drive safe.
Sam. Oh, is that Sam?
I think so.
Oh.
I say, did you see any more of those? Like, one for the Moonweaver and
Well,
Maybe
at
a
that,
third undisclosed one that we don't know the name of yet.
he says, no, honestly, I didn't go inside. It was the only rubbing that I had access to.
buddy. Sometimes you just gotta take the rubbings where you can.
Even if they're rough. Sorry, moving on.
Every once
Especially
in a while, you can only rub one out.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Especially.
maybe you could rub out 2 or 3 next time, but
Save them up.
You gotta,
Well-
pace yourself. Really.
Hydrate.
I heard you could go blind from too many rubbings, you know?
it's true. Yeah, there's.
That's a wives' tale. They just
Oh.
tell you that because they are not good.
Well,
at
I don't know if
tales.
that's true. I pick up Bogmar's hand and I say, "Get hairy palms too."
I hold up my paws and I'm like, "What happened?"
What happened to you? It's all over me. Oh boy, let's move on. So as you mention the other god, and like there was a third one, and they're like, that sounds awfully familiar. And they start going through their scrapbook, and you realize it's not really bound. It's more of like a folder, and things start to fly around the table as they're flipping through it quite quickly. Can I get a perception check from everybody, please?
Yes.
I'll start to collect things as they fly around.
Mm-hmm.
Guide.
Oh, good.
Jeez.
All right, 10 total for Delane.
All
Got it.
right.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I love how all of us have a +5 to perception, and the person with the +3 gets the 20.
I know.
So
I can't. I've never rolled a good perception with this character, and it's my proficiency.
So you see a lot of these are actually very beautiful illustrations, and they're done with like heavy hands, so like the paper's indented. But as you go through it, Thorn, you collect them, you're immediately drawn to a drawing that is what appears to be a rather elaborate depiction of the final chamber where you received your vision in the Emerald Grotto. That sort of hidden chamber with the open in the front of it.
Oh, okay.
Other things are found as well. Let's see here. Delane, you see a sketch of an island bathed in moonlight of both Katha and Ruidus, both of them full. The island is covered with trees, marble pillars, and crystal shards. And finally, Bodhi, you recognize... Oh, not finally. Sorry, second to that, finally. Bodhi, you recognize a rough drawing of what appears to be the same Jewel of Three Prayers that Delane is currently equipped with, except for it's larger, and you see sort of spires that are sort of inlaid within the stones of... it's like a more intricate version of that same jewel. Now, Bogmar, as you're looking through the writings, you see that Question has finally found what they're looking for, and they say, "Oh, this is it," and you recognize it as a folk ballad. Through the rough translation, it speaks of an unnamed, quote-unquote, halfway god, a champion who was given so much power by three of the prime deities during the calamity that he became nearly divine himself. And that's what Creston was looking for. It's like, when you mentioned the three gods, I remembered I found this folk ballad, and so that's what they were trying to find.
Seems amazing. So it does not say who the three gods are?
It does not. Through context clues, you definitely... the Moonweaver is pretty easy to identify. Through a stretch, you can sort of... maybe it's the Changebringer, but the final one, it doesn't ring any bells.
Okay.
Where did you see all this stuff?
It's like, well, some of it comes to me in sort of a resonance. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm sketching until it appears before me. Some of it are things that I've gleaned during my research in the archives or through my very recent travels. Certain things just sort of call out to me as going to be important later, and I put them in this very well-organized sketchbook. Thank you, Thorn. Puts it back. Puts this like mash of papers.
She's real dumb and just holds up the picture that she found and is like, "We've been here!"
It's like, oh, then whatever's happening to you must be very important.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
one of these things.
And I hold up the picture of the jewel, and I'm like, actually, my friend over there has this on him. Where did you get this big picture from?
Question looks at you and says, "You have this?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Can I see
maybe I
it?"
shouldn't have said that out loud.
I mean, yeah, it's on here. I'll just pull it out of my shirt.
Okay. You see the sort of reverent awe on Question's face, and they're like, it's a lost vestige. It's true. Now,
Yeah, we're trying to figure it out, where it came from and where this guy is. Help him out.
so as you notice that question's getting closer and closer to Delane, and eventually is like inches away from this jewel around your neck, and just seems to be
I will grab them by the scruff of the neck and just kind
pull them
of
back.
pull
Wait,
just a little bit.
there's I'm showing you. There's the sketch. It'll all make sense. May I? And
Was it like
you're holding, and
is
they're
it like a puzzle
Yeah,
box?
you're getting a little too close.
Does it
Yeah.
open?
Question looks at it and through very strong Bogmar supervision, says that the object is the key to the mythic resonance throughout Bazzoxan. I would love for you to contact me again if you learn more about the jewel while you're here, but I believe that this key to unlock the resonance, it's in the Betrayer's Rise.
Hey, buddy, what is
When you say unlock a resonance, what exactly do you mean by that?
What is the resonance?
So, question goes on to continue do this very long spiel about what they call the phenomenon of a mythic resonance. That's the cyclical nature of history, and the more they talk about it, you realize they're talking in circles, and it's making very little sense. But to them, it's the most important thing that they've ever spoken about.
Okay, so if we figure out a way to unlock resonance, what does that mean?
Well, I think it would unlock possibly help the city or bring even more power to the jewel. I think it's currently in what looks like a dormant state. This is the vision I received, and they hold up the picture of the more intricate one. It looks like pieces of it have moved and shifted, but when you examine it, you see some like slight seams, but you don't see anything that would actually be able to be moved, like a puzzle box or anything like that.
Oh, so I guess the question I would want to ask is, will unlocking the resonance bring more demons or less demons?
Yeah, I was going to ask if possibly it could help those people who are trying to close the gateway actually, help it close.
So, question continues to say, I'm not sure, I can't say I understand the will of the divine and the workings of such powerful relics, but I do believe this is a jewel of good from the divine, not from the abyss, and I believe it would aid us against the demons.
Probably less demons.
Probably less demons.
It sounds pretty good.
But again, this is either a crazy person or a genius. Like, it's hard to tell because they're just talking circles around themselves.
Oh, I think crazy people can be geniuses as well. I think that is, why not both situations?
The smile has returned to Question's face.
Oh, look.
Well, that is good. I set them back in their chair and pat them on the head and say, you have been very helpful to us, I think.
Let me ask you,
have you seen an elf from, where was she from?
Aloysia.
Aloysia is the name
her
of...
name.
Yeah.
The Consortium of the Vermilion Dream.
Yeah.
A religious lady.
So, at that, Question says, oh, you mean that elf over there? And you turn around and you see someone immediately turn their head away, and it's a tall, slender elf, and Question's just waving like this.
That's amazing.
Well, aren't you just so... You are so helpful, Question, let me tell you.
So great, so great. What are you eating or drinking? I will pay for one small thing. I don't have a lot of money. But here you go. And I just leave like a few coins, so just a few silver. And say, if you have any more of these great dreams and sketches, you please let us know, yes?
Oh, absolutely. And if you learn anything about this jewel, or if you ever see... And at that point, they shut down. They're like, no, never mind. And they sort of pay more attention to their sketches.
What were you going to say? You gotta finish. You can't just leave us like that.
You
Come
can't
on.
do that. We're gonna go into an ancient hellhole. You gotta.
This might be the last time.
A little bit more.
She says, or they say, it's confusing. I think they changed. Anyway, moving on. Question says, I'm so ashamed. I was part of an expedition, but when we actually got to the temple, I couldn't bring myself to move forward. I was so stricken with fear, and I kept hearing these
Fear
voices.
is a good response. Keeps you alive.
You
Nothing to
heard
be
the
ashamed of.
voices?
Yeah,
You heard the voice.
she apparently heard all these voices that brought this like nauseating amount of fear over them, and they say they had a sudden illness, and they just can't make it, not feeling so good. Returned to the town, saying I'll get the next trip in. Question is concerned about their companions because they have not returned yet, but is too frightened and ashamed to do it themselves.
You know,
Well,
that's fair.
Listen, I will tell you this, it's always important to trust your instincts. And if we end up in that place, we will do everything we can to help your comrades.
Most
How long have
appreciated.
they been in there?
Want to see. It doesn't say specifically, so we're going to say about 2 to 3 days ago.
Okay.
Would have been the day before you guys arrived.
So 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm. So as you sit around the table, you notice that this slender elf, she's come and approached your table, apparently being called forward by Question. At that point, Question says, I have other things to attend to. Please take my seat. And again, thank you. And they quickly grasp their sketchbook of these large amount of documents and moves upstairs as the elf takes her spot. Let me get the picture.
Hi.
Here is Aloysia there.
Cute.
What did you say?
Raspberry beret. So good.
Oh, yeah.
So she says, I'm sorry, I couldn't help but overhear. You are interested in the Betrayer's Rise?
Yeah. Really kind of feels like it's interested in us.
Mm-hmm. I don't really want to go in there, but it feels like, gonna have to eventually. We heard that you wanted to get in there.
Still want to, actually. I'm looking for people that can hold their own against whatever dangers may be around inside of that dreadful place.
What is the reason you want access to this very scary by all accounts place?
Well, I mean, all you need to know is I'm going to be paying you handsomely, and I'm looking for a specific material, shall we say.
Yes. I'm not sure we are that kind of party to just say, oh, you give me money, I do whatever you want for you. So I think we do need more.
Yeah. We're already here as a favor to someone else. We're not really here for hire, so you're gonna have to,
We are here to help, but only for those who are aligned with us.
Bogmar, persuasion check with Bodhi's help.
So advantage?
Advantage. And can be guided by Delane.
You said persuasion?
Correct. Or if you're trying to intimidate, you could intimidate, but it seemed like this was more of a, tell us and maybe we'd be interested.
No, it's more of persuasion. It's the same either way.
Wow, that's a big difference. Okay.
Yeah.
Aloysia says, I'm looking for a crimson mineral. It's called ruidium, and it's said to be infused with the power of one of our moons. It would be very beneficial to my research. That's all you need to know. It's not valuable to you.
It's a mineral? It's a mineral?
Mm-hmm. Apparently infused with the power of Ruidus. Ruidus.
Is that the one that flashed red?
Yes.
On us? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Just say the fact that she keeps trying to convince us that we don't need to know what it is makes me want to know what it is even more.
Yes.
She continues to say, I will pay each of you 50 gold pieces to accompany me.
That is not enough for me to compromise my morals. You will have to raise your price.
Or lower your morals.
Never.
Well, perhaps I was mistaken. And at that, she begins to walk away.
Just give us a second, ma'am.
I mean, we were gonna go in there anyway, weren't we?
Yes,
Yeah, that's what I'm about.
Yeah.
If I could powwow with you a little bit.
Okay. Yes,
Okay.
take your time.
Oh, yes, I thought we had already walked away. I have heard some tales, probably, maybe. Rudis, it's kind of a witchy little, I don't know. Ruidus.
It's a bad moon rising. Delane, roll a perception check right quick. You can guide yourself.
Check.
Wait, are we talking about like...
Holy shit.
Natural 20.
Holy shit.
Hold on, let me get my...
Yeah, you better guide yourself for that one.
Oh, sorry, that's not enough.
My absolute maximum.
As you are discussing this and thinking about, maybe we should take him up, you look over and you see Io is staring at you intensely. At first, you kind of feel like perhaps it's sort of a missed moment you had earlier last evening when she was shaken, but the more intensely she stares at you, you realize she's trying to give you signals of watch out for this person that you're discussing with.
I gotcha. I look back at her and I'm like...
Okay. She goes back to what she was doing. So apparently Io and company don't trust this woman, but she's got money.
Gotcha. Look, we're
not really here for the money, though.
We're gonna go in there anyway. I mean, that's gonna be my plan. I'm the one carrying around an ancient artifact. Y'all, of course, don't have to.
Yeah, I think my only concern is that we go in there and we have, on top of all the demons that we have to worry about, we have this person that we don't know who is very secretive, who could just, stab us in the back and cut and run. I don't know.
Bodhi, everything we do is for money. We're bounty hunters.
I know that. But, we're not on a bounty right now. We're trying to help somebody out. It's a little different. I don't think we've ever walked into, a nest of demons before, either. This one's new for me.
That's true.
I had a vision in a strange cave and a man asked me for help. It kind of feels more like a heroic quest. I don't think I'm out here for money. I can make that now.
But if you can make some on the way.
I'm not overly concerned about the money, but I would like to have somebody in there that seems to know a little bit about where we're going.
I don't think she has ever been in there.
Well, she hasn't been in there, but she knows what it is.
Another thing to think about is that Varen, you guys were put up for the night. They treated you well, but the money that he could scrounge up was 200 gold, and that was, for a heroic deed that you did, that was all he was able to do. She's just offered you, 300 easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, okay. So the 200 broken up 5 ways is 40 gold.
Mm-hmm.
So we just got 40 gold
Yep.
for doing a good thing.
So you can get 50 gold for doing a bad thing. That's the moral of the story.
See, that's so. To me, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't want her around.
All right, you know what? If you feel uncomfortable with it, then we don't have to help her. That's totally fine.
When you turn back after discussing this from your huddle, Aloysia is no longer there.
Yeah, see, she's too sneaky. I don't like that.
You don't like sneaky?
No, it is shady. I know. I grew up with those type of people. I know what they are.
That's very fair.
I said, look, I spent a lot of my life just sort of helping entitled rich people get stuff back when they don't know what they're doing. I understand where you're coming from. I'm just saying it might have been beneficial. We're gonna go in there blind.
As
But
you're discussing, Io sort of stands up and moves towards you, but doesn't interrupt.
But to all your credit, she didn't like her either. So
See, this is
maybe
the
it's for the
reasonable woman.
best. She seems to be.
Yes.
Is she coming over?
Yeah, she says, "Sorry, I didn't want to get into your affairs, but that woman rubs me the wrong way. Not roughly."
Rough-rubbing?
Yeah, she seemed really shady, but she offered us some money.
Yeah, we, Dermot had this sort of strange resonance, sort of sensation. It really made him quite nauseous. And Galsari had mentioned that messing with that cursed moon is never a good gamble. And all for 100 gold pieces each. That doesn't even seem remotely worth it.
What?
Yes.
Guiding bolt!
Wait, hold on. Sorry. Say that again. Why are we guiding bolting this person?
She offered them 100 gold pieces.
Ah, see?
Oh, fuck her.
Yeah.
What?
That's what I'm saying.
Look,
I could feel that.
They gotta know.
That's why I said you will have to up your price, and she came back with that. You better lower your morals. I don't like her.
All right, well, I don't think it's gonna matter now.
She, Io goes to Daleen.
Hold on, he got queasy around
Yeah.
her.
Yes.
Question got queasy.
No.
Yes. Question. No, question.
Dermot.
Got easy around the temple.
Right.
Dermot
That's
got
what I'm
queasy
saying.
around-
If Dermot got queasy around her and Question got queasy around the temple.
Yes.
Yes.
That is correct.
That's interesting. I wonder if there's a connection.
Maybe they just ate something bad.
It's
Pepto-Bismol.
possible.
That's the
Dermot
connection.
is a good pally and sense that shit.
Well, okay.
So, Io says, well, you know, both of these tables are coincidentally large enough for each of our parties. What if we just put them together? And so now you have this group powwow, let's say. And you sort of recount everything you've learned. Each of them has so Galsariad, he wants to go into the Betrayer's Rise. He's very interested in learning what arcane secrets could be unlocked by understanding it. And he says, if we all go in there like beasts, we should be okay.
Yes.
Maggie believes if we go in with a strategy, a good formation, we've shown each other that we can fight as a unit, but if we don't get careless, it should be safe. Dermot, he is honestly very afraid, but he wants to protect his friends, and he also believes that his holy mission would be more fulfilled if he was to face evil in this context. Irvin Wastewalker thinks it'll just be fun. We should just do it. Sounds good. But he wish he got paid. He's like, as soon as Io turned down, he was like, God damn, and he just sort of stormed off for a bit, but he still seems interested. At that point, Io looks to Delaney and says, can I talk to you for a moment? Over here.
Of course.
She says,
I'll be right back.
I can't, my party is excited. They want to go on this adventure, but I don't think I can lose them. I'm worried that if I agree to this, then I'm just leading in more danger. That everything in me is saying just to head back to Shigao and put all this behind us. This is obviously your tale. We're like a secondary party that happens to be tagging along. What?
Well, I tell her, like, I can't tell you what to do, and I won't. But if you're feeling like this is not the path for you, I understand it. It's perfectly okay. Galsari had said that to me last night. He was concerned about you.
Concerned about me, but and then she kind of looks back and looks to you and says, But you're going, aren't you?
I think I kind of have to.
She kind of looks at her companions, and you notice, and you look back, and you see both parties sort of mingling, and there's some smiles that appear on Dermot's face as they talk to Bogmar, and you see that there is like a camaraderie that's growing between them, and this sort of depression that overtook the party seems to be alleviated by your comrades. But Io's looking at them the same way, like, this looks like, what they want, but I've seen the actual danger. I've seen people die yesterday. At that point, you hear her say, do you want me to come with you? And when you look back, us, do you want us to come with you?
I kind of put my hand on just below her shoulder, on her arm, and I'm just like, that's not a fair question to ask me. Because I want to say yes, but I don't want you to make a decision based on my wants. Look, I'll come out of there and we can just, go for a swim or something. It's fine. I'll save the world and I'll have a fun story.
She seems to contemplate for a moment, and then she starts walking back towards the table. The rest of you, she just seems in decent spirits and sort of loses that sense of vulnerability as you are talking around the table, and the people are, what kind of creatures will be inside? More of those mouth things with the eyes? Hated those, but they were fun to kill, and that kind of thing. As this seems to be going on, what are your characters thinking, or what would you like to do at this point?
Obviously, from our perspective, as players, we definitely want them to come along, because that they are very valuable allies. But also, yeah, I don't know. It seems like they're all on board, but Io is just a reluctant leader trying to make the right moves.
You do know that they're powerful, but they also are inexperienced.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna look over at Irvin. Me ask Irvin?
Irvin, yep.
Irvin. Y'all seem like you know each other pretty well, but how much adventuring have you actually done?
Well, we did that one quest underneath the tavern where we had to kill the rats. You know, the starting quest. That was about it.
Oh.
This was our first foray out of Jigao. We did rustle up some bandits on the road one time. That was exciting.
So, okay.
But
you got your rats and your bandits, and then your pit of demons. And
yeah,
you don't really have anything.
That was nuts.
Between that,
that was unbelievable. The rush of facing such infernal fiends, and he kind of is playing with a dagger, as if it's all just
forget the part where Kiefer and Sutherland got swallowed whole by those things.
I mean, that was tragic, yes, of course, but.
And you realize that very easily could have been yourself.
Oh, not me. I'm too handsome for that.
No, you're not.
Well, that's just rude. I was making a jest.
Oh, so I just, want you to take this seriously.
Oh, I am. I'm sure it will be very seriously rich once we emerge victorious from that dreaded place.
I just kind of look over at Thorn, and I look very concerned that maybe they're not taking this as seriously as I think they are, and maybe that they're not ready to go into the demon pit.
Thorn is only had 2 bowls of porridge and is completely contemplating about more food and hasn't paid attention to your look.
Goddamn Thorn.
Time moves forward as you are all contemplating basically the future of this, and Io says, it's decided. If you decide to go to the Betrayer's Rise, we will accompany you, at least through the entranceway. But if things get too dangerous, we need to make a strategic retreat, as Maggie would say. We can explore, but we need to know our own limits. If things get too fucking nuts. We're gonna vamoose it out of there. They all seem to agree and look to you for confirmation.
I'm okay with it. The rest
Yeah.
of you?
I mean, as long as you think you're ready to handle combat on that level, then all right.
Only go as far as you're ready to go.
Very true. Trust your gut.
I'm gonna put this into the game now. If an NPC gets to 0 hit points, they do not get death saves.
That's whack.
Yeah, I don't.
It is wiggity whack.
If you give us access to their character sheet, then they should get death saves. Just say.
Let's see how it pans out, shall we?
I don't like that.
I just, you know what? I'm
Very
sorry, I'm gonna say it. I just don't think, as great as all of you are, really, and as helpful as you all been, I don't think you're ready for it.
To that, there's a few of them seem uncertain. Some of them take it an offense, being like, we've traveled with you. You've seen what we're capable of. Give us this chance. Again, we've agreed to, if things are too much for us, we will retreat. But think about, if we go in 10 strong as opposed to half that number, isn't it safer for you as well?
Yeah, I just kind of mutter under my breath, as long as we don't have to take care of you. Yeah.
Galceriot has materialized next to you and says, you won't.
Cute trick. All right.
Okay.
All right. So with that in mind, though, that party will be ready to go to the Betrayer's Rise when you are prepared. If there's anything else you wanted to check out, like the Gothic ice cream store, the crematorium, or the temple.
Please tell me that's canon.
It has to be. Yeah, I'm going to say that's what it is now. And then anything else in the city proper, or anyone else you want to talk to, or do you want to investigate the Betrayer's Rise immediately? That's up to you.
Well, the crematorium's on the way. I could go for one of those blood red creams.
Oh. Do they have, some non-dairy options?
We're gonna say if the currently the crematorium is in its story state, and if Bazzoxan is saved, then it turns into an ice cream shop. But in the meantime, it does serve a function. I'm sorry.
That's fine. You don't want to get your ice cream where they're burning bodies.
Yeah, it's counterproductive.
Bad sprinkles. You don't want those.
Those aren't sprinkles.
Well, wasn't there somebody at the crematorium? There was another tiefling, right?
There was.
Yeah, the one that was skulking around outside.
Well, we could stop by and talk to him on the way in.
The temple might be fun. I heard there's flowers.
Oh,
I'd be down to visit the temple.
Sure, the temple then.
I mean,
Alright,
it's in the opposite direction, but...
All right, so the crematorium is located here, and the dilapidated temple is located over here. Somebody please move the little table hop symbol to either place you would like to explore, and we will go
to
there.
the dilapidated temple.
I feel like, something might pop up at the temple, just in case. So maybe we go talk to the tiefling real quick, and then head over to the temple.
Okay, do that too.
No matter to me.
To ice cream.
All right. Thick, acrid smoke billows from the chimneys of this stone building. Corpses wrapped in beige cloths are stacked in a small yard northeast of the building. A willowy man wearing a leather apron greets you at the entrance with surprising cheer. Ah, new bodies for Bazzoxan, I see. Behind him stands a giant of a man, muscular, blue-eyed, and short-cropped hair, and a missing arm.
Okay.
Hello. We are looking for Prolix? No? Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
That's right.
I mean, the big one-armed individual with one arm picks up a medium-sized humanoid shape wrapped in the cloth and says, "I hope it wasn't him," and throws him into the pit.
Oh, no, I thought it
Talk
was
about your
an
gallows humor. Oh my.
alive person, right? A tiefling.
Oh, very dead. Oh, sorry. No, you're describing. I've seen a few tieflings. Says the younger of the two, the willowy one.
Do I have this wrong? Is this not who we're looking for?
No, we're looking for a tiefling. They said, Varen said that he had been
Yes,
seen kind of creeping
Roland.
around the crematorium.
Ah, he was creeping. I see.
Creeping, yeah, skulking.
Ah, okay. Okay.
There's lots of
So.
skulls here.
Okay.
So he says,
Open.
we have work to do, me and Sebastian here. And to that he says, pick up that one, and the one, if maybe lend a hand, and we'd be more willing to speak with you. Do something around here, he says as he leans back, and his brother's doing all the work.
I totally grab a body and throw it in.
Cool.
Do you need a strength check?
In a minute, actually. As you're going through, sorry, I made a mistake. Reynard is the willowy one. Sebastian is the larger one. And Sebastian says, "You little one, help me with this one." And you see this very large body.
Are these all people, or are they...
Roll an insight check.
Well, he said some of them were demons
Some
too.
of them, yes, some of them
Yeah.
bigger than the others.
11. Okay. So all you notice is that the body that Thorn and Sebastian are trying to dispose of is significantly larger than the others. And Reynard, although he's trying to pass off as aloof, he seems to be moving away from it as if he's afraid of it.
Yeah, definitely not you. Is it gooey? A little gooey on the outside?
It's a little gooey on the outside. The shape is strange. Okay. You kind of want to pull the sheet back, but you're not sure.
I will totally pull the sheet back.
Oh my
Okay. Sort of, your wing flutters against the sheet and moves off the head, and you see this vulture-like head sort of sloop off to the side with its tongue hanging out, and you recognize this as a Vrock demon, those vulture-like ones that you encountered on the way up here. Unlike the other demonic bodies, this one hasn't begun to dissolve like the other ones you've encountered.
All right.
What does it do?
Yeah, I look over at Reynard and I'm like, is there like a difference between the goo and the non-goo? Like, if you kill them in a certain way or in a certain place?
You're saying this to Reynard? Or he says...
I mean, both of them, I guess.
Okay. He says, I don't know. They don't pay me to examine the bodies. We just throw them away. Usually they're dead. And he's like, that was more gallows humor. But, Sebastian says, I prefer the non-gooey ones.
Does it taste the same? The other one didn't taste very good.
The fuck? Says At that point, you hear a voice yelling, "Wait! Stop!" A voice shouts from down the street. A bookish tiefling jogs into view. A variety of archaeological tools hang at his waist, along with a satchel holding his notebooks. "You can't burn that yet! I need to study it!" Reaching into his satchel, he pulls out a badge and holds it up, as if the badge alone explained his reason for being there. That's this individual here.
Oh my god.
Oh, he looks like a hobbit.
He does. He's like a tiefling hobbit. He says, "My name is Prolix, and I am an archaeologist from Ankarel, and in the distant continent of Marquette."
Mm-hmm.
He says,
all the way from Marquette?
Yes, quite impressive, isn't it? Anyway, he's like, "Oh, but that's not why I'm here. As you see, Vrock sometimes swallow jewelry and other ornamental objects. I believe that maybe this Vrock has a few valuable items from the betrayal's rise. I'd like to examine the body before you two brutes burn this one too."
Is that why he is not gooey?
Organic Sam, thank you for the inspiration. I will update that
Thank you,
now.
Sam.
Thanks, Sam.
He's like, "That's what I hope to find out."
I actually would like to know that too.
Yes.
His badge is a symbol that bears a single watchful eye.
How do you know the eye is watchful?
Because it says so in the book, Thorn.
Because it's one of those ones that follows you
Yeah, I was going to
around.
say it's one of those, magic eye. He holds up a magic eye poster.
Yes,
This is
Yes.
my credentials.
yes.
So what is that badge that you keep waving around? What does that mean?
He says, this marks me as a member of the Allegiance of Allsight. He says that as if you should know what that means.
There's a lot of you.
You are saying that as if I know what that means.
You're like the
Yes.
third person we've met today from a organization that none of us had ever heard of before.
Says,
Please, enlighten us.
I forget
Yeah, I've heard of them.
you're not from Marquette, but we are a guild, one of the most prestigious archaeological guilds in the continent. Anyways,
Who hands out those awards?
say that again.
I said, who hands out those awards?
Oh, it takes years of study. Many years. Vigorous book reading. I have little paper cuts on my thumb to prove it.
Okay.
Mm.
So what are you doing here, buddy? I think that's what we're mostly.
It should be obvious. I'm looking for artifacts that can take back artifacts from this place that was around during the calamity. It's amazing, the artifacts that can be found even inside such horrific containers.
So you're here from a completely different, country to take artifacts that don't belong to your country to take them back to a museum?
I would
That's
have
the
you
thing we
know
can do.
I have a permit, and you're a rabbit.
You just now fucking noticed that?
He does seem like perplexed at this point, as if he was like, oh, there's a dead demon full of treasure, but you're a rabbit.
That is carrying on to you, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, I apologize. No offense to me. I find it fascinating. Sorry, the subject at hand. I'm easily distracted. What say you? Perhaps you may be able to help.
If I cut this thing open, I get what's inside. That is how this works.
Well, I'm gonna need something to bring back to the. Perhaps we split the spoils. Fair enough.
So if it's one thing, we break it in half?
Oh well, maybe I could at least study it and appraise it for you. Find a fair price.
Why
I'll
don't
let
we
you
find
look at
out
the
if
thing,
there's
I-
something valuable inside this bird's stomach?
The two brothers, Raynard and Sebastian, say, "Well,
Very
looks like it's
weird.
break time. We'll be back in a little while." And they sort of go over to the side.
I gotta tell you, buddy, there's a lot of artifacts. It's a little odd that you get it out of the stomach.
Well, it's a lot easier when they come out of the dungeon than having to go in it.
Honestly, it's smarter that way. I kind of gotta agree with the,
All right,
with
yeah,
him.
that's a fair
Yeah.
point. That's a fair point.
And he looks at it, he says, "All right, well, do the adventurer thing." He sort of points to the
I
body
wanna-
and takes a step back.
I literally have knives. I'm ready to butcher this thing.
Okay, what would you like to do?
I want to slice it like I am gutting a fish right down the center.
I need you to make a survival check.
I will do that, hopefully well. Nope, that's okay. 12.
As you take your knife and stab into the corpse of the Vrock, it immediately erupts in a radius of spores that immediately have all the party members coughing in disgust. I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw.
This is not good.
I forgot these things kind of explode.
Constitution.
Do I get advantage because I've already licked it?
No. Disadvantage. Kidding.
Nope.
Boom!
Oh.
You do.
Damn.
You're like, oh, tastes delicious. It's the seasoning, the Vrock seasoning.
Yeah, you've already been exposed to the toxin, so you're like building up your immunity.
So at this point, everybody who has failed, which I think is everybody
Yeah.
but Thorn,
Uh-huh.
you are currently poisoned, and each of you right now take 9 points of damage.
Yeah.
Hey, fun.
At this point, you see some items begin to pool forth from the creature. As soon as you cut it open and the contents of its stomach black spell, the body begins to melt away in a black ichor. Prolix immediately wraps a bandana around his face, moves in, and grabs what appears to be a cube-shaped object.
Can I make a reaction to smack his hand away?
Yeah. Like,
I would like to just grab it.
I'm going to make the check insanely difficult because the book literally says he gets to grab it before anyone else can do anything. But let's see what happens.
Grab it, that's fine. But if he moves away,
Oh, no, he cannot outrun you.
Yeah.
He is an older tiefling, but he was apparently looking for something specific, and he has grabbed it.
Sure,
but if we're cool with that, he doesn't leave the area though. You also see that there's a few rings, a few coins, also in the refuse. What would you like to do? You are still poisoned.
I would like to not be poisoned anymore. How do we do that?
Do you have a way? Do you have
No.
an antidote, or perhaps a spell that would?
Dermot, come lay hands on me.
I'm an NPC. I don't have full paladin abilities, but I might have something.
Actually, hold
on. Yeah, I mean...
Do any of the rings look kind of special?
You can't really tell because they're covered in black ichor. Would you like to take the time to examine them?
Sure.
All right. You take the time to pick them out, and you find that these three... hold on. These three rings are worth... they're gaudy. They're kind of artificial. They're only worth about 2 gold pieces each. Don't even write them as inventory. Just you've earned 6 gold, let's say. Keep it easy. However, taking the time to look in it, you do find... One second here.
She puts on one of the rings like a bracelet.
Oh, that's true. You do see some strange crystal lenses that appear pretty valuable. But you can't quite identify them at this moment in time. Taking the time to look through the treasures, the poison continues. Everybody takes 7 points of damage.
Oh, so we're just permanently poisoned then.
Until you find a way to get rid of it. Time's a ticking.
I don't have lesser restoration.
There is an infirmary located in this city, y'all.
Yeah, we might need to head out.
Okay.
I grab dude and I'm like, "You're coming with us."
It's like, oh, yeah, of course. And he's fiddling with his cube as you run off towards the infirmary. Let me see here.
Hey, what is that cube, buddy?
Oh, goodness. Hold on 1 second. Items. Oh, goodness. Okay, so an antitoxin vial does cost 50 gold pieces. However, the Baltha's not going to let you die, as you have saved the city. So she administers the antitoxin to you. Know that a dose is worth 50 gold pieces. She doesn't ask for payment, but you know she's probably expecting something.
Anyway, I'll pitch in 10.
Well, I'm assuming it's $50 for each dose, yes?
That is correct. Basically, she gave you, without asking for money, 200 gold pieces worth of antitoxin. Yes, but she is not asking for money. But you know that she used supplies for the town for this.
I will give her 20 gold.
I wasn't poisoned, so it was only 3 doses.
Oh, my mistake. Seth automatically survives the poison because they're constantly sitting at the tavern and not moving. All right, that works. So that has happened.
Wait,
she says.
Does Seth have healing?
No, Seth does not have those.
Seth is a wizard, full-fledged wizard.
I have proficiency with, herbalism kit, so I can offer my services to help pay back
Yeah,
Maybe
I mean, that would be good, but you're not
later
going to have...
today.
Yeah, depending on how down... Like, you won't have any
Yeah.
time off for a little while, especially if you go into the Betrayer's Rise. So, at this point, Prolix is there. He's like, I apologize. I had no way of knowing the danger of cutting open one of these creatures, but look at what prizes we have uncovered. And to this, he...
Of course not.
He might bullshit. But anyway, you see he has a strange box. It's about 3 inches on his side, made of onyx, and he's trying to tinker it, trying to move it in different ways. But he doesn't seem to be having much luck with it.
Hey, stop messing with that thing and tell me what it is.
Says, I'm not sure. That's part of the fun of this discovery, isn't it? And he seems
No. Maybe stop messing with it until you know what it does.
I think the fun of that discovery just poisons my friends.
Yes, do you have, like, identification capabilities?
I don't believe he does, but let me double check. I think he's just purely an academic.
It's, shit, what's his name?
Prolix.
Galcerion? No. The guy from our secondary party.
Yeah, Galcerion has
caster.
identify.
Galcerion,
Yeah.
he probably does. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
No, he can do it. Prolix can do it.
Oh, okay.
All right, so he casts Identify on both the box and your lenses, okay? Oh, sorry, go ahead. Nothing? Maybe that was just a thing. On the box, he says, it's strange. I can't quite figure out what this box does. I think it contains something that's more powerful. It's radiating strong abjuration magic. Oh, but these, as he takes towards the lenses, these are quite the find. These are known as Eyes of the Eagle.
Ooh.
So this item, which I'll have to put in a minute, it's a uncommon item. You can fit these lenses over your eyes. While wearing them, you have advantage on perception checks that rely on sight. In conditions of clear visibility, you can make out details even extremely distant creatures and objects as small as 2 feet across.
Ow.
They do require attunement.
Duration
Cool.
check.
All right, so
I
I'm just
will
going to put this
give
in here.
them Hogmar.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe for a rogue.
Yep.
I was going to say I would like that, but I was waiting for somebody else to say.
All right, you should all see this in your items section.
Just Thorn tries to put them on, but basically it's just a monocle.
That's great. All right. So Prolux is with. He says, perhaps we should head back to the tavern.
We've actually got a lot of stuff.
Oh well, my mistake. I honestly feel a little bad of what happened to you. I mean, not my fault. I'm not the one who cut open the thing, but again, you did it for me, and I hope our dealings are not spoiled.
They're a little spoiled. For
Yeah, they're kind of spoiled.
Perhaps I can offer
I
you.
mean,
a
you covered
free
your face
meal?
and went in there, so
I'm not.
I don't know.
Well,
But
I wanted to make sure it wouldn't be damaged by that. Did you see that thing? It was melting away. It was disgusting. Sorry, you might not have been able to see that after all the choking and dying, but you know.
I punched him.
No, that was a Chris joke. He hurts. He's sad.
He hurt.
He hurt. He's sad. Prolux hurt.
Oh my god.
I say, okay, I'm not really. I don't need a. What sort of fields of study? I don't need a meal. Information would be helpful.
Oh, of course, all sites. I'm an allegiant of it all. Anyway, he goes on to say, I'm studying on the archaeology of the Betrayer's Rise, and I've also been tasked with keeping an eye on someone else, but it's not important. But yes, if you find any items that need to be identified or need help with any strange objects you find inside, I'll stay around for a little while, and perhaps I can buy some of these objects off of you.
If it wasn't important, you wouldn't have said it.
yeah, who are you keeping an eye on?
Oh, it's that dreaded woman from the Vermilion Dream. Have you ever heard of something so ridiculous?
Yes.
We have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have?
Do you know what she wants that mineral for?
Mineral?
Yeah, she said she's looking for rhodium.
Ruidium.
Rhodium's an actual
Oh,
mineral.
of course. And he says, "Oh, well, I guess maybe no." Anyways,
Oh my! If you don't stop.
Jeez, every time one of y'all talks.
he says, most of the rhodium samples we found have been inert or unmagical in nature, but perhaps so close to such a powerful landmark, they are activated. I tell you what, if you are planning to venture into the Betrayer's Rise and you happen across that dreadful woman, if you're able to stop whatever she's doing, I'd be happy to award you with, let's say, 200 gold pieces and this box and whatever happens to be inside it.
200 a piece? That's fantastic.
Oh, not a piece. No, I know.
I think that sounds good. Really good, too. Thank you so much. That is so generous.
I might be able to do as much as 100, but then I'm broke. That's all I have. For all 5 of you, including that very quiet one in the corner.
We'll take
She is
100.
very important.
Yeah. So you didn't really answer my question, though. What can it be used for?
Are you talking about the ruidium, or are you talking about the box?
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't seem to know. Apparently, it's been
Okay.
tried to be used as a spell component, and it hasn't been successful, or they haven't studied that much that he's not sure. But to hear that Aloysia is interested in it, then now he just wants her to fail because he just doesn't like her.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Well, since you've met both of them, I can show you the full artwork of both of them now. If I can find it. Yeah, here they are. Da-da-doo. Buddies.
Oh shoot! Can you put it back up again? I
Yeah, sir.
clicked out of it. Oh, I see.
Thank you for the follow, Aurelium. Appreciate you very much. So, with this in mind, you currently have the following information. The Betrayer's Rise might have... You can snort it. You can snort the mineral. Who knows what will happen? What dangers. 3 times on the wild magic table. Anyway, you have learned a bit more about some of the individuals here. You know the importance of Betrayer's Rise. You have allies to explore the dungeon with you. All it left is to make a decision of what you'd like to do.
Well, I thought we were going to go to the temple.
Yeah, I think we're going to go to the temple.
Let's do the temple. Right. Can somebody grab the little token and move it over here? And we'll see what happens.
I'm gonna give myself a little healing word here.
Okay.
Yeah, I just kind of I light my fist up a little bit. I'm like, does anybody need any healing?
Could we maybe do the temple? Oh no, I guess not too early. Gosh, yeah. Hit dice, I guess. Yes.
You want to use a short rest?
I would like to at least do short rest. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yep.
Right? I mean, if we can't wait another day.
Well, that's going to be up to you. So basically, the only thing that is possibly a time restraint is you imagine Aloysia's already left because they vanished.
Well, and also the Cobalt Soul people are in there.
True.
And
That's true. You haven't met them except for Question, but Question is concerned.
one point that is going to be said no matter what we do.
So the longer you take, the more shit behind the scenes happens, but the shorter you take, the more danger you're in. So
Right. Well, let's do...
You didn't take a ton of damage, you took a decent amount.
Took a ton for a sorcerer.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I took a lot for a fucking 5th level character.
Boom! Bogmar with the big old hibachi smash!
Well, yeah. Jeez Louise.
Yeah. What's with all your max rolls today, guys? Look at all these green numbers.
Don't say that. I'm about to roll ones on all mine.
That was rude.
So is everyone taking their short rest?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon.
Sure, I'll short rest.
All right. Fuck. Yeah, I'm
All right.
fully healed.
So as you get closer to the temple, you see that it has a sort of spiral shape to it, and it's fallen into disrepair, as you imagine a lot of the city has once the demons had attacked. As you look inside, though, you see what looks almost like a farming plot, and there are plants and some vegetation that seem to be growing in this area where they aren't growing anywhere else in the city.
I wonder if they have druids.
I go in.
Okay. As you enter, glass crunches underfoot amid overgrown weeds. Collapsed walls. Huh?
No, it doesn't.
Collapsed wall. Oh no!
Right.
As you fly over and you imagine if you were a medium-sized creature walking, you would hear glass crunching underfoot amid overgrown weeds. Collapsed walls have been replaced with rows of wooden shelves that hold earthenware pots. Numerous alcoves are being used as planters for stubborn flora. Just outside the far end of the enclosure, a smashed mosaic of stained glass sits in a splintered window frame next to a withered skeletal tree.
Can I go look at the tree?
Yeah. Let me see here. It looks like the tree. Let me see here. You look at the tree, and it appears to be a victim of just the completely dried soil and wasteland-like atmosphere that it's currently inhabiting. When you look at some of the other plants, you notice that a lot of them are more, I guess, succulent variety. They require less water, and so they seem to be doing a little bit better. But it definitely seems like someone is tending to these plants. They wouldn't have been able to survive on their own. This tree looks older, and it's probably just a remnant of the way things used to be.
Can I use fairy magic to try and save the tree?
You can. What sort of ability do you have, or are you just saying?
Druidcraft. It's just a
Druidcraft?
cantrip.
Okay, yeah, that'll work. That'll work. I'll get to that in a moment. As you sort of focus on this tree, trying to at least give it some semblance of life, what are the rest of you doing?
I'm just checking things out. Yes.
So this is like the outside grounds, basically, right?
Well, no. So normally this type of stuff would be in the outside. This is inside the temple proper. The temple is basically a big skeletal ruin, and someone has made a garden inside of it.
Like Aerith.
The only thing that you notice besides the skeletal tree that Thorn is currently trying to rejuvenate is that smashed mosaic of stained glass.
I will look.
Can I
closer
mend
at
it a little
these
bit?
Yeah. Stained glass.
Magically or
Yeah, magically.
All right, cool. Give me 1 sec here. Yeah, so the mosaic begins to reform, and you see hug the tree, and you see an image begin to appear. I need you to make an intelligence religion check. Oh, unless you left and unsubscribed there, Delane. No? All right, cool. Well, that character has passed away. Let's move on to the next. Bogmar, you can offer assistance to this. Bodhi, unfortunately, not because of your where you're from. No. But Bodhi, as they are using mending, and also the tree begins to sprout small amounts of leaves on it because of the druid craft, you hear a crunch in the glass behind you, and a very large individual, who I lost his artwork of.
Oh boy.
That was my religion check. Sorry, I had to step away for a second.
No worries. Unfortunately, you're starting to see this iconography begin to form, but you're interrupted as Bodhi notices an individual stepping through the glass, a large staff in hand, and looks over at you and in a deep voice says, "Excuse me, can I help you?"
Oh, I love him.
I love furbolgs. Yay.
Oh,
hell,
friend.
hi there. We're kind of just here to look around, really. We heard there was actual plant life in the temple, and we wanted to come see it for ourselves.
So as you say that, he kind of has his staff in both hands. Perhaps he thinks you're intruders, but when he looks over and sees Thorn flying around the tree and Druid crafting on it, he says, "Oh," and he slowly sort of saunters over and he's like looking at it, and I was like, "Oh, we don't see many of you around here," he says to you, Bodhi.
Oh, I don't see much of me around here either.
Oh.
Nor you. I haven't seen a furbolg in a long time.
Yes. I do miss the greener environments, but I go where I'm needed, and I've been tasked to bring the land back to some semblance of perhaps tendable farming.
For like food purposes, or?
Oh, yes, an army needs to eat.
True.
Says, "Oh, I like what you've done with the tree. It's quite beautiful." But he seems sort of like entranced by that. But he says, "Oh, forgive me. My name is Foghome, and this is my residence. Please make yourself more at home."
Hi, I'm Thorn. I'm sorry we just barged into your house.
"Oh no, I see you've done it for good reasons." And he's
Bodhi. I look at the raccoon and I'm like, hi? I'm not sure if it's going to talk back to me or not.
Well, I don't think he's constantly surrounded by woodland creatures.
It's in the picture.
It's in the picture. You're right. This is Stripe. He is friendly unless he's hungry. And in those times, he's not. Luckily, I just came back from feeding
Same,
him.
really.
Me too.
I've almost lost a few fingers to Thorn, so.
It's true.
Oh my. Foghome is George Takei.
As soon as you talked, I was like, "Oh, George, hey," and then you're just leaning right into it.
He says, "Perhaps your coming here is more foretelling. Tell me, has something strange happened to you in the past few days? I felt a strange presence making itself known maybe a week ago."
Elaine, you want to take this one?
Sure. Yeah, we were in a grotto, found a necklace, and this vision flashed before our eyes, and now we're trying to find answers to the next great mystery.
He says that perhaps is the reason I felt that awakening. It was a kindly presence, a sign of a relic, perhaps, from long ago.
Yes,
A vestige, one would say. But he says... oh, sorry, go ahead.
This.
Do you show it to him?
Mm-hmm.
He attacks. No, I'm just kidding. He
Flashing that about everywhere.
he sort of leans over, again, getting awkwardly close to it without touching it.
Stack knows what it is. Delane doesn't have any clue about how rare this is.
He says, "I have not seen this before, but it appears there are 3 fragments. One is awake and 2 are still slumbering. This jewel feels similar to that feeling I felt in the earth while meditating."
Like a resonance, would you say?
That's a good way to put it.
Who was this temple to?
He goes over to the once smashed but now mended stained glass, and now that you bring your eye back to it, he picks it up and sort of places it as best he can in its once held frame on the window. And you see that it depicts a woman's face on a golden disc. And you would probably recognize this iconography as Evandra's holy symbol. I don't know if you're probably not a follower, but it's a pretty iconic, sigil. He says,
I follow Cord.
He says, I'm actually a follower of Melora, the Wild Mother. But I recognize this temple was a former holy place of the Changebringer. I hope to bring honor to both deities by cultivating new life in the midst of all this death.
You ever heard of maybe like a third god that maybe they hung out with from time to time?
He says, well, I do not know much of the lore of this strange world, much like the dungeon master running the adventure, but I did receive strange visions during my meditations. Perhaps if you join me, we may learn more secrets together.
Down for a journey?
Sweet. I'll go get the peyote.
Peyote thing, yes. Okay.
All right. So, as we're going to take a quick break, as we've gone 2 hours, you guys have crushed it. Take a quick bathroom break, and when we return, we'll go on a crazy Dream Quest trip. See y'all in just a few minutes. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back, everybody, to our Dungeons & Dragons Critical Role Call of the Netherdeep campaign, where our characters have just met a very interesting individual known as Foghome the Furbolg, and he has invited the players to join him on a hallucinogenic journey in this fantasy role-playing game.
Hey, great.
All right.
Robbie's definitely not used to characters that make people
No.
trip.
I didn't base an entire character off that at all.
So he asks you to join him in his meditation. However, when you worship the Earth Mother, it will be in the evening. It's getting close to that now. But just so you know, if you do this, and then you decide to go to the Betrayer's Rise this evening, it will be at night, if that affects anybody in any way. Don't give a fuck. Okay, we're moving on.
So
I mean, the Betrayer's Rise is like a dungeony thing, anyways, right?
Correct.
it's inside,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you're not going to get any...
It's an
like,
indoor
Probably
ride,
need to
so it doesn't
sleep
really
for the
matter.
night.
Aragon have dark vision?
I think we all do.
I don't see why they wouldn't.
there are some characters that you think they... Like, Furbolgs don't, right?
Yeah, Furbolgs don't.
Furbolgs don't.
Yeah.
No.
So Haragon, I don't know.
Because Val kept having to give Natel light.
Mm-hmm.
It might not be a good idea to go to a house of demons, though.
At dark. To be fair, I don't think it's a good idea to go to a house of demons anytime.
They
I
could all
would
be
agree,
asleep.
but it's, I would think that they're more active.
Well,
Who knows?
yeah.
Anyway, let's get high.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So you join him during the meditation process. Yes, Thorn?
No, I'm sorry. I was just crushed by my 170
Oh,
pounds.
understandable. All right. So they don't go into in this. They only show the result of the vision. They don't describe the process of it. So if anyone has any flavor they want to add to this adventure that you're partaking in, feel free. My notes just say, once taking him up on his offer, they receive this.
Oh.
I
Okay.
think for Delane, if it's some sort of meditative state, he's probably deep underwater.
In the desert.
So, but you're in this temple. Is that like where he finds himself, or is like?
I thought we were on a trip.
Oh no! This is how do you arrive on the trip? I'm going to describe what happens on the trip.
How do I
but-
arrive at the trip?
Yeah, like does
I
he
don't know, I
have
just-
like strange mosses that he puts in a pestle and like ignites it and the smoke fills
Oh,
the
I see
chamber?
what you're saying.
Is there anything that goes? I mean, I kind of like the. You know what? That might be more entertaining. I like the idea of as this smoke sort of encompasses the temple, Delane, you find yourself floating in this sort of endless sea, like almost like a sensory deprivation tank, sort of floating feeling. Does anyone else have any experiences or anything like that they want to describe before I tell you what you collectively see? Or is there anyone who's not joining in?
Doing it, I don't see why.
We're going.
All right. All right. So if there's nothing else, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, it is totally just like a kaleidoscope of swirling colors.
With like blood splatters on it for the rage.
Yes, like my shirt.
Like your shirt. That's fantastic. Yeah, Aurelium, you're right. They should have just gotten a bunch of ruidium and just snorted it and then go on a trip with a furbolg. That sounds like a perfect plan. So anyway,
go.
as your collective consciousnesses come together, you do receive a vision, and you see a young human, curls plastered to his brow by sweat, sinking to his knees in the garden. It's almost as if he's appeared before all of you in this circle. His eyes.
Is he this recognized?
He is the dude literally on the screen right now between Thorn and Bodhi on the tabletop stream. Yes. The angelic figure. His eyes betray a lack of sleep, and despite the softness of his features, he looks like he has experienced more pain than any one person should bear. They're counting on me, he whispers. They need me, but I'm exhausted and frightened. What do I do? Please, someone tell me, what do I do? The moons race across the sky, soon replaced by the angry red sun that rises before a fateful battle. 5 silhouettes approach the temple, and one clasps the kneeling figure on the back. Their voices are muffled as if coming at you through water, but you see them embrace, standing strong before marching off to war. When you awake, you are now prone on the ground, and Foghome is there, and he has these steaming earthenware mugs of some sort of tea, and he offers one to each of you.
Thank you.
What was that?
He says,
Y'all see that the guy again? I saw that guy.
He says,
That
normally
guy?
everyone experiences their own vision. The fact that you all received a collective one is quite strange indeed. And he
And this
sort
is
of...
the second one.
What is his name? Alexian?
Yeah. This is the second one, yeah.
The second time we've had a shared vision. Absolutely.
Yeah.
He says, would you mind describing to me what you have seen? I can't promise I'll know more, but I just find it fascinating.
I described.
Okay. After you go through this vision of this individual that you see, he sort of nods slowly, and he says, I have seen similar visions. Not quite exactly as you've described them, but that figure, the man, I believe I have seen him as well. He believes the central figure in your vision to be a hero of the calamity, and he recounts the following story. The Kreen capital of Rosanna was the betrayer god's citadel of Gordranus in the time before the calamity, and the betrayer's rise was once a fortress protecting Gordranus. In the darkest days of the calamity, the prime deities and their most loyal champions laid siege to the Gordranus before capturing the betrayer's rise and routing the betrayer's god's forces there. Though storytellers have long since forgotten the names of many of those heroes, the force of their bonds still resonate across the land. And at that point, he sort of draws your attention to some of the alcoves of the temple that you're in. And behind some of the healthier plants, you see engraved messages on the walls in time-worn words that are written in common. There are 3 of them. I'm going to cut and paste them, and then I'll read them aloud to you so you have reference to them. If you just don't mind, just give me a quick minute. Da-da-da. See if I can do 2 things at once. While
you're doing that.
Sure.
He looked like he was heading into the Citadel, or they were heading just to an empty battlefield, like just off to the.
Let's see here. Moons race across the sky, replaced by the angry red sun that rises before a fateful battle. 5 silhouettes approach the temple, and one clasps this temple, the temple that you're in. But in your vision, the temple is not dilapidated.
Okay,
so this
so it
happened a
looks
long
like they
time
were
ago.
standing outside of this, heading into it.
The silhouettes approach the temple and clasp the kneeling figure. So Alexian in this vision is in the temple, and these 5 figures come to the temple, where he is inside it.
I see.
You don't hear what they're saying because of the muffled thing, but they embrace, stand together strong, and apparently march off to battle. So these messages that you're going to see inside this temple were apparently messages of these companions, along with Alexian, who, according to Foghome, were the prime deity's most loyal champions. Are we all... there's
So the 5 champions.
Correct. 6 total, including Alexian.
Right.
And apparently Alexian is overwhelmed with the weight of whatever task is before him, because he just seems so weary, and it takes his companions to sort of rouse him from this stupor to move forward in his mission. Does that make sense?
Got it. Yes.
It's a lot. Every now and then you come across NPCs like, here's 3 pages of lore. Digest.
Love it.
It is cool. I am enjoying it. Let me give you the messages, because some of these are a little easier to read than to say. But these are the messages you see carved, apparently, from these champions to one another. So I'm putting them in the handout. And I'll call this messages in the temple. A good DM would have this already prepared. Here we go.
Gosh, Chris.
So try harder. Friends forever. Don't forget, and there's blanks where the weathering has just worn away. You owe me a drink in Marquette. I'm writing this blank record of me stating I will never ever duel you again. This written proof promise to show you the mountains of my home one day. And finally, we love you. We will always be with you.
These
That
are
sounds sad.
carved onto the wall.
Correct. Definitely a long time ago. Definitely left for one another at different points in their journeys. So apparently this temple, in the past, was sort of a place of refuge for this party of heroes, and they would come back and have messages for each other. But that's all Fogholm knows. Still quite a decent amount for a Furbolg in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So with this in mind, we're getting around the 8:20 mark, y'all. It's evening at this point. There was talk about going directly to the Betrayer's Rise. Your allies are ready to venture forth with you. If you'd like to take time to do a long rest, you are able to do so. Just know that both the Cobalt group as well as the Aloysia will be doing what they're doing.
No, I think we all
I
did
think
what
we're
we had
good. Yeah.
to with a short rest.
So we're all good?
Nobody's like expended anything that they absolutely, right?
Mm-mm.
I don't think
I mean, yeah, just one level 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're okay.
Technically, I could get back.
So Ogmar doesn't need a long rest, but Melissa still has, work early, so I don't know how long.
Oh, no. So the Betrayer's Rise is not something you guys can defeat in one adventure, even
Okay.
that. So,
Okay.
no, I will totally respect your 9 o'clock hard shut-off time. No worries. I'm back in school. I'm the same way. I am holding on by a prayer. But I would like to continue just a little bit if everyone's still
Yes,
cool.
absolutely.
All right, awesome. So is there anything else before you head to the Betrayer's Rise itself?
I pat the tree and I tell the Furbolg to take good care of her.
Because I know the magic won't last, but you have given me a gift this eve. If you ever need anything, feel free to stop by. I do appreciate the visitors.
Everybody have at least like one healing potion.
That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look for I have like 54 gold. I think isn't a basic healing potion 50 gold?
It is. Now, Botha did give you the antitoxins on the house, and you did repair with what you could, but she has to stick firm to the 50 gold piece price on the healing potions because of what her job is.
Yes.
Didn't we all buy one last game?
Yeah, I have one. But
I-
if we're getting ready to go into the demon pit, I might get another one.
Were we gifted those, or did we have to buy them?
I think you had to buy them.
Bought them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I haven't spent any money, I don't believe.
Now, from a mechanical standpoint, if you're strategizing how to approach this, The Betrayer's Rise, even though it does shift and it's different for each party, you can technically leave and come back. So if you need to leave to do a long rest and come back, you can. However, it may change or denizens may move.
Populate, yeah.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind. In this roguelite that we're playing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get one more healing potion.
All right.
We could
I would like to get
stop
one.
by the infirmary.
Absolutely. You purchase what you need to.
Okay. Cool.
Pick that up to 2 healing potions.
Alrighty.
I put it in. So dumb. I put it in my inventory as healing of potion.
Healing of potion. Healing potion of healing.
The potion of healing.
All right. One moment.
Cool.
What is the Medal of the Horizon back to again? I still have all of my medals.
It should be under your journal under items, and there's a separate subfolder that says metals.
Cool.
That's also me saying, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what
That's
they
totally
do.
fair.
I don't remember.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a con save. Oh, I could have used that when I got poisoned.
Whoops. Well, you still have it. That's good.
Wait, the Medal of the Horizon pack is also con? Because the Medal of Metal.
Yeah,
No,
the
I
metal
was saying
metal
the
is
Medal
con.
of Metal is con. I'm reading the Medal of the Horizon back now. When you would be hit by an attack, you can use your action to increase your AC by 5. Damn, that's so good.
Mm-hmm. It's a onesie dunsy, but it's a good onesie dunsy.
That's a good.
And then I got the Medal of Muscle.
Mm-hmm.
Medal of Muscle.
Metal of muscle. Metal. All right, you guys ready?
Oh my god. I don't know what happened, but Chris needs to reboot.
Yeah, stuck in metal. All right, as you ascend towards the Betrayer's Rise, you see it is ominous and in some strange macabre way kind of beautiful. Its black walls are carved with intricate reliefs, many of them depicting scenes of torture. Let me show you a picture. And I'll show it to our viewers as well.
Let me see the torture.
I want to see the beautiful torture, guys. All right, where did it go? Here we go. Boom.
Ooh. That's
Ooh.
Boy.
Lifelike grotesques of leering demons perch high above, peering down at you with contempt. An immense double door forms the entrance. This gate is made of onyx, inlaid with copper and silver. Guards of the Aurora Watch stand between you and the demonic fortress. What would you like to do?
I'm having a hard time picturing how a nice lush garden turns into this Betrayer's Rise.
Oh, well, those are two different things.
Yeah, so that's a little confusing. So
Okay.
Let's go back to the map for a moment.
Sorry.
No, don't. I am right there with you in this confusion. So if you look here, this dilapidated temple is where the Furbog lived, and that one used to be a full temple to the goddess, which Changebringer. Yep. And that was the temple where you saw the vision of Alexian and everything, not the Betrayer's Rise.
Okay.
Yeah. The Betrayer's Rise has always been this demonic temple of doom.
And where is that?
That is located far to the north up this staircase.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not in the city, above it.
All right, that makes more sense.
Making more sense? Cool. All right. So again, you see maybe about 50 some odd feet ahead of you these guards, and at that point, shouting erupts from the soldiers as the colossal doors fly open and two shadowy winged creatures burst through the opening, immediately take flight and screech as they dive towards the guards, their ebon talons extended.
Roll for initiative.
That's right. Give me a second to open this giant map.
And just so these are the same vulture that exploded on us earlier. Same.
Actually, no. They are ones that you have seen before. These
they're
are
Gloomstalkers.
Gloomstalkers. So, at this point, don't forget, there you do have initiative advantage. So
Aren't there people here too? Didn't we get our party?
yeah, you should be all there.
Here. Yeah, they're on the map.
Oh, are they? Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I'm zoomed in, so I.
No, I totally understand. But let's just say, just for sake of time, that these two individuals are sort of chill. Or I'll be Galsariad. And Seth might give you advantage every now and then. Does everyone? I have to open up the player now. The turn order is open. If you want to add yourself to the initiative, if you know how to.
Advantage on
Yes, there is a way if you go through the deep settings of your character sheet to add initiative advantage. But if you don't want to do that, just roll twice and choose the better one. I trust you to make those changes.
Oh, I already rolled my.
Cool, do it.
I rolled my initiative, but it was before you opened it up.
Oh, you might have to roll it again or type it in manually.
I'll just roll it in beat.
Why is there a gibbering mouth there?
Roll for them too, right?
There's no gibbering mouth on this map. What the fuck? That must have been an old one.
You're a gibbering.
Jesus, that was so rude. Okay, let's go. All right, are we all in here? Did everyone check their advantages and we're good to go?
Oh,
I roll for what's this bitch?
Oh,
there it
yeah.
is.
If it's a pain in the ass, I can also roll their initiative because I just have a button for them. Up to you.
I think that put Maggie in.
That is.
Here we go.
Cool. You got it. Is there anyone that needs me to add them to the initiative, or is everyone cool?
Did I get Ivan in there?
Didn't realize
No.
I have to add her too.
You don't have to. I can do it for you, but you also have control of them.
Can I not? I don't think I can oh, maybe I did it wrong.
So if you rolled better the first time, you can go to the turn order and click on that number, type it in, and hit enter, and it should overwrite it.
There we go.
Boom. All right, is everyone cool?
I'm gonna re-roll Maggie's real quick. Hold
Okay.
on 1 second. That was worse.
All right. Go ahead and type in the first one, hit enter, and then we're good to go. Or do you need me to do
They're
it
both-
for you?
Did it knock me out?
I see Bodhi.
Oh, am I in?
I see Irvin too. Yeah, you're good.
Maggie's got worse. Hold on, let me fix that real quick.
Okay.
Where am I guess I just don't see myself in the turn order. Okay.
All right, going in descending order. Bogmar, you are first.
There's no way.
Nope.
I see 2218. Is that all right?
That is not right.
No.
Yeah, no, what?
I
don't know what turn order
rolled-
you're
Oh,
looking at.
why is it?
I
that's
also
weird.
don't see Robbie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not in there. 'Cause my
Yeah.
initiative was like 24
All
or
right,
something.
let's just start again, guys. Sorry.
Oh,
You don't have to roll again. You don't have to
What?
roll. You don't have to roll again. Let me type them in, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Uno mas. All right, I got them in the turn order. Do you see everyone in the turn order now?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yes.
Maggie, what was your initiative?
Oh, Maggie's was 10.14.
Okay. Irvin.
20.16.
Galsariad, I do that one. Right? Yeah. Dermot.
18.12.
Good job, Jim.
Io.
Best boy.
She is also 20.16.
And Bogmar.
Omar, 5.18.
Bodhi.
24.18.
Delane.
21.14.
And Thorn.
17.15.
All right, and now I'm going to just roll for the Gloomstalkers and the veterans, and that should be everybody. We did it. We Dungeons and Dragons. Now we're going in descending order.
Yes.
Bodhi is first.
Okay. Are they ground level?
We're going to say
or-
yes because they're moving to attack the veterans.
All right. Cool. How far away are we, boys? Oh yeah, we can get over there. cool. We're gonna hop on. Oh, no. Hop on over here. And we're gonna start beating him up.
Let's do it.
So, first attack. Oh, that is not supposed to have advantage. Let me take it off.
Yeah, just do that again.
Yeah. Oof.
That's a miss.
Big old whiff.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll spend a key point and we'll do Flurry of Blows.
Okay.
Um,
Delane is
first
on deck.
one. Yeah, buddy.
Boom, that hits. It's going to be 7 points of bludgeoning damage to it. Got it.
And Unmas.
Sorry, everybody at home. I
20.
pressed a button. All right, cool. Let me do the 20 does hit. Let me just add the damage.
For another 7 points of damage.
All right, he takes both. And he doesn't seem resistant at all. Just FYI.
Cool.
Anything else from Bodhi? Any
No,
weird monkey
that-
business I need to know about?
No, I'm a level 5.
Okay.
So no.
Just used to some shit happening. All right,
No.
then Delane is up.
All right, I am going to kind of walk over here to get a good angle. I'm also going to cast Bless at 3rd level.
Okay. That lets you choose how many targets?
I can this should be 5.
5, okay.
Yeah, because it's 3 at first, and then at 4, and then 5. Because I'm doing it at 3.
Works
So,
for me.
I'm choosing Bodhi, Bogmar, Thorn, Io, and Maggie.
Okay. If everyone can give yourself a little icon so we can remember, maybe just a
Hashtag blessed.
little hashtag blessed. I'm just going to do just the red dot. Everyone that was targeted by that, just so we remember. So, Delane, you moved, you cast your spell. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Fly the 10.
All right. I'm going to move on to the veteran if you're done.
I'm done.
All right, this one's going to, this veteran, is going to get real thick. Hold on. His
I
first,
become oval.
I can't
The
fix
chunky
it.
veteran.
I can't fix him. Hold on, he's stuck. He's
Fine.
so fine. I don't
He's
even give a
an
shit. He just got longer. He elongated. Let's go ahead and attack. He has 2 longsword attacks. 1.
He must be a bugbear with reach.
2.
I'm-
Oh no, he's it's just thick. Both of those missed. He's gonna offhand with his short sword. Hey, you did it. That's gonna be 5 damage from El Longo. No, not 53.
Excuse me.
Nope.
Thank you, Galsariad, for the follow. What a coinky dink.
Oh, nice.
Oh my god.
It's actually him. All right. God, I can't shrink this fucker down. Oh, I did it. All right, cool. That is his turn. Io's up. Oh, the relief. Having not dealing with these people.
Oh, Io, that's me because of
It's me.
she will.
It's a me, a Genasi.
Da-da-dun-da-dun-dun.
She is going to come over here, and she's gonna longbow the one Bodhi's shooting.
I like it.
Hell yeah.
We got 2 longbow shots, 3 longbow.
Yeah, she's bonkers.
How fast can you move, good bud?
I'm just switching your icon there, Bogmar, just so they're consistent. Otherwise, I'll get confused.
Oh, okay.
20 to hit. actually, 17, 22, and 20 means all of those hit.
Sweet. How did I roll damage? Okay, I see.
Yeah, just keep clicking on the, yeah. So that's going to be right now 23, 30 even, I think. Boom. That is a shit ton. Anything else from IO? Movement, 3 shots. We done?
That should be it.
Irvin's up. That is Robbie playing Irvin.
Okay.
I'm also not keeping track of your daggers. You can throw as many as you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sweet.
just don't want to deal with that.
Infinite dagger.
That fucking works for me, dude. We're gonna scoot up just a tad.
Oh, you use the harpoon, I think. Hold on. I don't care. I'm keeping the damage, but I think her... It says harpoon when it should have been...
Oh, well, I mean...
It's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing.
Well, the longbow is a +6 to attack, so actually...
You did it even better.
It would be 1 more.
Yeah,
so.
no worries.
But it's the same damage.
Yeah, I don't mind. All right, sorry, Irvin, you got right over there.
Yeah, we're just gonna do 2 daggers.
That works.
To the same Gloomstalker that.
All right,
Bodhi
their AC
attacked.
is 15, FYI.
Okay. And if I just click on his attack
Should
in his
just
character sheet.
Yeah, should just happen.
Okay.
Oh, you have advantage toggle though.
Oh god damn it.
Yep. And then if you click on the word attack in the Roll20 chat, it'll do it. There you go. That's going to be a shit ton, 25 damage.
Good lord.
Nice.
Alright. Shit. Alright.
Hence
I'm
why
lost.
if they get to 0, they're dead because they're super
Nice.
powerful. All right.
So that definitely hits.
Yep. That's going to be 6 plus... That's 20 damage. Hold on. Let me check. Fucking Gloomstalker has no resistances. All right, he takes 20. Oh! Super button range. Super button... Anything else from Irvin?
Oh, that's it.
Gloomstalker is next. That
And
is...
one campaign, nearly 1-hit KOing literally everything you fight, and then
everything. Although we're getting close to Bodhi damage. I think we did that a couple times, right? There was a couple times.
Hey,
where...
no.
There's
no,
good-
it can just
You
stay
say button.
button.
You leave my sweet bunny boy
Just stay button. I left everything for the birds to kill.
Ooh, Shadow Step. Teleporting. Having gotten rocked.
Were you scared, bud?
Yeah, he's gonna shadow jump right in front of Io and attack.
You son of a bitch.
Damn.
One with its bite and one with its claws. So bite first. That is a 24. That's absolutely gonna hit ya. Damage is 18 plus 10 necrotic. That's 28 damage total.
Oof.
I'll let you add that yourself there, Zach, on Io's sheet if you can.
I can't.
You cannot? Oh, I apologize.
I cannot.
I'll do it. Oh, you can. You know what? I don't think I set it up so you can do the token. I think the token is the permissions. I'll do that then. Claws.
Nice.
That is a hit.
Stop it.
So that's going to be 18 damage. You are grappled. Oh, and restrained.
Date night.
Date night. You're date nighted. All right. That's never going to get old.
Nope.
Grappled and restrained. Date night. All right. That is the end of that Gloomstalker's turn. Dermot is up.
Yes. Dermot. Oh, jeez. I guess he is going to run up to this Gloomstalker and whack it with a hammer.
Cool. Don't forget you have Searing Spank or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You can do both. Like I think you have your multi-attack says you do one of each.
Oh, is that right?
I don't know if it's right. I made that up.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Dermot makes one Warhammer attack and one Searing Wrath
That's
attack.
it.
Fantastic.
If
Well,
you
I will
Searing
hit-
Wrath first and blind him, then you okay.
I don't want to blind the guy that I'm about to kill.
Oh, that's fair. Good point. You absolutely hit him. You do 7 damage. The other one is if you're using 2 hands, which I always assume you're not unless you tell me otherwise before the roll.
Oh, I would always assume I am, personally. but
Okay.
that's
I
fine.
imagine him blasting with one
Okay.
hand while hitting with the other hand. But we're
Yeah.
gonna. So that's my ruling is it's always one-handed unless you tell me otherwise.
All right.
He's fucking dead as you smash him down. Dermot feels this rush of excitement as he has saved Io from the Gloomstalker. She is no longer grappled or restrained. Well done. You still have another attack.
Yeah, I don't know if you want me to move him or no.
You don't have to. I think you're in range.
Yeah. I just didn't know line of sight wise.
No, no. He's a big ass dude, and you got line of sight.
I'm gonna steer him.
That misses.
13.
Shoots over him. His armor class is 15. I'm sorry. Anything else
That's
from
okay.
Dermot?
Good. I don't think so.
All right, then we're going to go ahead to Thorn with veteran on deck.
Thorn is going to scream really loud and fly as far as she can while raging, and then throw one of her axes.
Okay. Not recklessly, though, right?
No.
Okay.
But it also does trigger a magic surge.
Oh, yeah. All right, cool.
So I guess I will attack first.
Yeah, do the attack, then we'll roll the rando bullshit.
Okay.
That is going to be 12. That will miss. Let me just read the...
It still triggers the bullshit.
When you enter your... Yep, you just do it.
Please be a 3.
What number is it?
Your hashtag blessed, don't forget, Ryan. You get that +4. Plus D4.
Okay, that's fine. Let's go back in time. Let's resolve the 13. Roll a D4. If you roll anything higher than... Okay, yeah, you hit him. So go ahead and click the battle axe thing, and you'll do the damage. That's going to be 11 damage, and then we apply number 5.
Number 5. What is number 5?
Hits you with an attack before your rage ends. I take force damage. If I hit you. All right, cool. I'm just going to give you a little force field to remind myself of that. We're good.
I really want 3.
What is 3?
An exploding flump.
Okay. That's awesome. All right, anything else from Thorn?
Oh, did you finally get it?
No.
Oh, okay.
She's booming energy.
No, because if I attack for a second time, then I'll throw away my other axe, and I don't want to do that.
Bogmar, are we retroactively blessing yourselves? What are we doing?
No, that's right. Dermot doesn't have the bless.
No.
Never mind.
No,
Just
but also
people.
Dermot hit super hard.
Yeah. Dermot, destroyed.
I actually have a javelin I can throw away.
No, yeah, but I had a second attack that I missed. That's what I was rolling.
Oh, but he doesn't have bless.
Dermot was not blessed.
Bogmar is blessed, not
Thorn,
Dermot.
what were you saying?
I have a javelin I could throw away.
What was your first attack?
Hand axe.
Can you offhand ranged attack? I thought you could only offhand melee attack. I could be wrong about that.
I did get 2 attacks around.
Oh, then never fucking mind. Yeah, do you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Why did
Just
you get
attack.
2 attacks around?
Because
you're level 5.
Yes.
14 will just miss, but you're blessed, so it just hits.
Hooray.
That's going to be 8 damage. Anything else?
Nope.
Veteran goes next. That is this guy. Charges into battle and attacks. He's going to do 2 long swords and then his short sword offhand. Long sword. Oh wait, that's 2-handed. It doesn't fucking matter. 2 and this one. Oh, miss. All right, so this one, that's going to be 13 damage. Pretend it wasn't 2-handed. And then 9 damage, so that's going to be 22 damage. That is the end of his turn. We go on to Galceriad. And he's going to use Drain Potential. He needs to get within 30 feet. Let's go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I think that's about 30 feet. He just has to... Maybe I should go here just so it's on a diagonal. And Oh, that's just out of range. Hold on, did I miscount? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Actually, I went too far. He wouldn't be able to get in range for that. He will instead... Get me... shit.
He'll shit. He'll shit.
He'll
on
just
the
shit.
bed. He'll just.
He has like a big ass thing, but it's totally not worth it for this. He's just activating mage armor. He's like, whoops, should have done this earlier. Gloomstalker will go next. And he's gonna screech. Actually, no, he's gonna shadow jump. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30. He's gonna shadow jump here. And he's gonna shriek here. And that is a 60-foot radius. That's everybody. Literally everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody in the world has to make a DC con save, or you're paralyzed until the enemy's next turn.
Oh, that's so fantastic.
The party's blessed.
Yeah, not advantage, plus D4.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a con save.
Yep, DC is 13. Both veterans make it. Delane did not.
Damn it.
I'll roll for Galsariad if you guys can roll for your friendos.
I
Make it.
Galsariad failed.
let's see. Irvin.
Maggie did not make it. Well, she's blessed. Hold on one second.
Just give yourself a sad face if you were unable to do it.
Oh, good job, Dermot.
Io's also stunned.
All right. If that ends...
Sad for me.
The two things on Thorn, I can't tell.
You got Bless, and you have the Sheath and Booming Energy.
Ah, gotcha.
That is the end of the Gloomstalker's turn. So Maggie is not paralyzed, or is paralyzed?
Maggie is paralyzed.
All right, then we move on. Veteran is...
What was her roll?
She also rolled the Bless, I think.
11 with bless.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, I missed this veteran. Doesn't matter. I'm a beast. Here comes his attacks. 1, 2, 3. Miss, hit. That's going to be a total of 14 damage to the creature. Moves on to Bogmar. Bogmar, are you frozen or no?
I am stunned.
Bodhi,
Yes.
are you
You
frozen?
rolled a 21.
What?
You
Dermot
rolled a 20. Oh, rolled.
Bodhi, are you paralyzed?
I am not.
Do your thing.
I will
I
do the
didn't.
thing.
I didn't switch my thing.
We're gonna come over here. And we're gonna start smacking.
Did you roll your
Wrong
bless?
character sheet.
I rolled an 8, so even if I got a 4, it would be a DC 12 and the DC's 13.
Oh.
Okay.
Sorry.
Bunny murder time. Let's go. Oh, that's
Ooh,
a
no,
miss.
no bunny murder time. But
Plus-
we're gonna keep trying, bud.
Plus a D4.
Plus a D4 for that quarterstaff attack. You could do it if you get a 4.
Oh, right. Okay. Here's hoping.
So close.
Boo. Okay. Yep. Spend the key point. We'll keep punching.
Furry time.
Furry time. Oh no. Oh,
critical
hell
hit! Boom! All right, go ahead and click on the unarmed strike, and I'll do the damage, or I'll take the damage. That's gonna be 14 damage altogether.
Damage.
Boom.
Go again. One more punch.
Oh,
no.
what are the odds? All right, unfortunately, no
Yeah.
hits. Anything else from Bodhi?
Okay. That is it for Bodhi.
Delane is paralyzed, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Veteran is not. He will run up and triple threat. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. That is going to be miss, hit, miss. 11 slashing damage to this guy. Oh, he is now in button range. Io paralyzed, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Irvin?
Irvin is good to go.
Let's do it.
All right. Dagger 1.
Miss.
Ooh, dagger 1. No. Dagger 2.
Dagger 2.
Dagger 2.
Dagger 2 hits.
daggers.
Jeez, that is it. Irvin, as Brody kicks Gloomstalker in the face, Irvin manages to fell the creature with his poisonous blades, and it falls down dead. As soon as it hits the ground, everyone breathes in a sigh of relief as the shriek effect wears off. Well done.
Good job, Irvin.
Straight murder. Well,
Proud of you, bud.
Sorry, I was no help at all.
So
Not
at
even
this
one.
point, I think this is a great stopping point for tonight's adventure, just right outside the gates of the Betrayer's Rise. And don't mess with your hit points or anything, because we're going to be continuing directly from here. But just so we don't forget, how long does Bless last?
It lasts. It's either a minute or.
If it's like a minute-ish, we're going to, let's say it probably is going to wear off when we start again.
Concentration up to 1.
Up to what? 1 minute?
1 minute. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Everyone, take off your Thorn. Your ability is going to wear off as well as Rage. So take off all your icons, and then that way, when we play next week, we don't get confused by all these like little buttons and shit. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
I'm good.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. Next week, we will venture forth into the Betrayer's Rise to see what awaits us. Again, we really appreciate your support. Be sure to tune in on Thursdays at 6 o'clock Eastern Time for more. If you miss an episode, they are available on YouTube and on Spotify. Just look for Table Hops. Thanks again, everyone. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.